Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 65 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 7 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. 2 men are dead after a shooting in Clairton. This shooting happened around 6:30 Saturday evening along Miller Avenue near the Village Inn bar. Both men were shot multiple times and later died at a local hospital. Right now, no word on descriptions of any suspects. Police believe the suspects fled in a vehicle from the scene. Anyone with information on the shooting is asked to call 1-833-ALL-TIPS. That's the Allegheny County Police tip line number. Still no arrests after a shooting in Stowe Township, which claimed the life of a man. That shooting happened around 3 o'clock Saturday morning along Derby Alley, just off Broadway Avenue in Stowe Township. That man who died is yet to be publicly identified. Drivers are venting about pain at the pump with no relief in sight. Here's ABC's Dave Packer.
According to Gas Buddy, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is once again over $4, prices that are expected to keep rising. The cost of diesel again over $5 a gallon.
To see prices reaching over $5, close to $6 is rough.
Gas prices in California are nearing $6 a gallon, the highest in the country. Prices which experts say, given the hurricane season, war in Ukraine, and historic shortfalls in the U.S. strategic petroleum reserves, could remain for a while. Dave Packer, ABC News, New York.
KDK Radio News Time at 7:02. The AccuWeather forecast is just 2 minutes away.
30, time would have been 30, no, would have been 30, being 30, been 29, if that'll help, been 29,000, being 7, would have been 9.
Get ready to bid on the equipment you need in the Ritchie Brothers Northeast Regional Auction on August 4th. Inventory is housed at locations in Pittsburgh, North Franklin, and Northeast Maryland, with in-person inspections available. Bid on a wide selection of construction and transportation equipment. Don't miss this great opportunity. Visit rbauction.com/Pittsburgh to sign up. Again, that's rbauction.com/Pittsburgh.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
We'll have some more clouds around as we head through tonight, a low of 62. A partly sunny day for tomorrow with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, a high of 81. We can still see a thunderstorm tomorrow night. It will be partly cloudy, low 66. For AccuWeather, I'm Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's time to get greened. Doug Oster is here. All natural, no pesticides, no artificial ingredients. The Organic Gardener is on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
He's here, and we'd love to hear from you, 866-391-1020. So without further ado, we're going to give you an opportunity now, if you're the 10th caller at 412-922-1020, to win a gift certificate from the good folks at Sorgel's. But Doug's here with many announcements, so let's get going as the curtain comes up for another edition, the final one in July, of the Organic Gardener on KDK. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning. Later on, we will be talking to Craig Stone from the Davy Tree Expert Company, all about what's going on out there and why you should choose a certified arborist. But today I'm announcing the official, we talked about it before, Rob, but the official big national, the first ever Pittsburgh Garlic Festival is going to be Sunday, August 23rd from 12 to 3 out at Flora Park in the South Hills. It's actually in South Park, Bethel Park. And it's all to help the South Hills Interfaith Movement. That's called SHIM. They've got all these gardens over the South Hills and community gardens, and they help people in so many different ways. Flora Park is an amazing garden center, and it offers the best ice cream you've ever had. They have a creamery there, and every time I'm in South Park, I have to stop at the creamery and at the nursery to get plants. The festival is free, and everybody is welcome, and the idea is to help SHIM. So bring your extra garden produce to donate, or any shelf-stable foods, personal hygiene items, adult diapers, pet food. I have a whole list of the things that they need, but cash donations would also be appreciated. And anyone who donates anything at the Garlic Festival, you get a free hose nozzle from Dram, and we will have fresh garlic seed there that you can use for planting, courtesy of Janoski's Farm and Greenhouse. And I am headed out to Janoski's right after the show to pick up all this garlic. And if you've never planted garlic before, or if you always plant garlic, this is the best garlic you could ever plant. I've been using it for at least 10 years, and they are big heads. They are grown locally, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate Janoski's giving us all this garlic. And so you can come out there, get that for planting, and I will be giving a presentation called Planting Garlic for 7 Different Harvests. Yes, that's true. Only garlic growers can get these 7 different harvests, and I will also explain how to avoid the allium leaf miner, which is a destructive garlic pest. All the proceeds from anything that we sell there, garlic, whatever it might be, go directly to SHIM. I will be I'm making the ultimate garlic Alfredo pasta, and I can't wait to make it for a garlic festival. Now, I've made this dish before, but it wasn't for a garlic festival, so let's just say that after you eat this, you won't have to worry about vampires. Dram has also donated some Dramatic organic fertilizer and a watering can that we'll give away with a random drawing. Music will be provided by a very cool local band called Day One, and Auntie Anne's pretzel truck will be there. You will be able to get a taste of spotted lanternfly honey and learn all about honeybees. There'll be a scavenger hunt, face painting. The Bethel Park Fire Department will bring a ladder truck and volunteers to meet the kids. So let's talk a little bit about SHIM in the South Hills. They have these gardens all over the South Hills that provide produce for people who need it, and also these big community gardens for people to work in. SHIM also helps people in many different ways, providing a wide range of services, food, and items for those in need. I hope you'll join me Sunday, August 23rd from 12 to 3 at Flora Park in South Park, Bethel Park, for the Garlic Festival. We're going to have so much fun because, as Rob can tell you, every time I walk in here, What do I smell like?
Garlic. And by the way, you will not need your GPS to find this wonderful festival. Just put your nose out the window when you get near South Park.
Yeah, I can't wait to do it. And again, I've always tried to work to get produce from gardeners, their extra produce, and give it to people in need because sure, there's lots of canned items, and that's great, but a lot of times they can be high in sodium. There's nothing like, as we know, fresh-grown produce, and I've been to these places when you show up and you can get a fresh tomato or cucumber, whatever it might be. So we'll talk about it. Everything's at DougOster.com, all about the festival, and a garlic festival. That's going to be awesome.
Listen, I don't think people realize, and if you have food, I don't think people realize how many people don't have food.
And these are working people. These are people that have 2 jobs.
Trying to feed their
right,
family.
they just can't make ends meet. It's seniors and it's kids. And
young couples.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it in the upcoming weeks, but put that on your calendar. We're going to have so much fun. So I was sitting in the garden with my fresh basil and garlic cloves.
There you go.
And just sitting there, and I was kind of smashing that basil together and just smelling it and then wrapping the garlic cloves in basil and just nibbling on them in the garden. But I started thinking about all these people over the years, and I posted on Facebook about it, and I had lots of good responses. All these people that have inspired me with the gift of plants or seeds. And I posted a picture of this type of spirea. It's called Spirea billiardii. And I had never seen it before. I didn't know anything about this shrub. And it's a later blooming spirea, although not as deer resistant as most spireas. They will nibble on it, so I have to watch that. But it blooms now with these long, kind of fuzzy pink blooms, and it was a gift from a woman who has since passed away, Kathleen Hansen, and she was just so excited to give me a start of this plant because she only could find it in like one horticulture book somewhere, and again, she had this excitement to give it to me, and it just doesn't need anything from the gardener, and you just put it in, and it just grows, it grows, and grows. And so I started thinking of some of the other people. Another guy who passed away, Bob Janka. Back in the 80s, I wrote a story, my first story about heirlooms when I worked at the Medina County Gazette, and he gave me this little packet of Cherokee Trail of Tears pole beans. And I've been growing that thing ever since then. The Trail of Tears was an awful thing where we evicted the Cherokee from the East Coast and forced them to move to Oklahoma in the 1800s, and they had this awful march there, and they took this bean with them. And I planted some of these beans just yesterday. I've had to replant beans a couple times for various reasons. I'm definitely struggling with the slugs, but I'm using diatomaceous earth, and I think I've turned the corner there. But these people that we all have in our gardens that have inspired us with these different plants and seeds that we use for decades. I did a story, I don't know how many years ago, on Damien Ondo, and he gave me just a little start of a hardy banana. And now I've got like 8 hardy bananas, and they're 20 foot tall, maybe not that tall, 15 feet tall. And they just give this tropical look. They don't need anything. You cut them down in the end of the season and just throw a little bit of straw on top of them, and every year they come back. The deer won't touch them. There's an umpire from that era, a local umpire. He was the father of this baseball phenom in high school that I covered, and I got to know the dad, who again, he worked as an umpire at the local baseball games. He turned me on to my favorite summer lettuce, Simpson Elite lettuce, and these are seeds you can still get today And if you want a lettuce for the summer, a lettuce that won't bolt like some of the others, the Simpson Elite is the one. And gosh, since the 1980s, I've been growing that. And then, of course, Fred Limbaugh, who introduced me to what we call now the Limbaugh Legacy Potato Top Tomato. Fred was an amazing guy, and this tomato, which I give away every year, we give the seeds away year-round, but then give the plants away once a year at Sorgel's. It is, many people say, the best-tasting tomato. And just getting to meet Fred, who has since passed away, and his family, and continuing the legacy of his tomato, which could have gone by the wayside. And so it's fun to think about all these people that inspired us in the garden. If you have somebody that inspired you, give us a call. Let's talk about it. 866-391-1020. We'd love to talk gardening with you today. We got a break coming up, but then we've got all the lines open for calls. We'd love to hear from you.
So let us go to break. And by the way, wish Mick Jagger a happy 83rd birthday today.
83.
I know.
Can you believe it?
Still going strong.
First picture, national picture, was in Vogue magazine in 1964.
What a place to start.
Yeah, and it's a huge picture. Vogue in the time was like the size of Life magazine. And it's just a whole full-page picture of a very, very young Mick Jagger. Look it up. It's kind of funny to compare it to what Mick Jagger looks like today.
But listen, when he was recently at an awards ceremony, he walked out. He has wrinkles, as we all do, but the guy's got a full head of hair. He has a bounce in his step. He doesn't look like he's 83 years of age. So whatever he has done, and I think movement has a lot to do with it, other than the wrinkles, you would never guess he was 83 years of age.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's incredible. All right, what's our excuse?
I don't know.
Oh, Mick, help us out, will you? All right, we just need to get a hit record or two.
You need to front a band.
Oh, listen, I need to be in the back of the band. All right, we'll take a break. Stay with us. 866-391-1020. Coming up, Davey Tree, Talking Tree.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
News Radio, KDKA, Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Quality Foods with 8 locations to serve you. A Pittsburgh tradition. Paul Skeen struck out 11, but he gave up 5 earned runs. He falls to 9-9 on the year. Chicago blasted the Pirates 11-0. They wrap up the series today at PNC Park 135-93-7 The Fan. 2026 WNBA All-Star Game. United Center in Chicago saw Team Spoon take on Team Coop. The final 129-122. Team Spoon gets the win. J.J. Williams delivered a 1-0 win for Rhode Island FC over the Riverhounds last night in front of a sold-out crowd at FNB Stadium. Kyle Shanahan broke his nose, 3 ribs, and his hand, and he needed over 40 stitches in his face after suffering a severe concussion in an automobile accident, and he will be limited during training camp. 3M open through 3 rounds. Jackson Coyven, 20 under, 3-shot lead, and Al Pappy won the Adios at the Meadows yesterday, and NASCAR goes for the checkered flag today at the Brickyard. More sports, 937thefan.com.
Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The KDKA Radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
What do you want to do this week? Why not put Sorgel's on your list? What? You've never been to Sorgel's? Just come once and you'll be hooked. Hi, this is Randy from Sorgel's. As a family-run business with lots of family on the floor, we have so much to share with you. And here's the list. The Greenhouse and Garden Center, Home Accents and Home Decor, Houseplants and Supplies, the Bakery and Deli, new baby apparel, we are told that's the best in the Pittsburgh area, Fresh Fruit Market with an abundance of our own farm produce, the Wine Shop from Arrowhead Winery, hand-dipped ice cream, cider slushies, candy and stacks, Arsenal Cider's Tasting Room, the Gift Barn with 3 floors of gifts and children's toys, the Farm Goats, oh they're so comical, Naturally Sorgel's, over 2,000 gluten-free items, the Sluice for the kids, Tiny Town Play Area, and we have fresh pop kettle corn all the time. And don't be afraid afraid of the parking and traffic at this time of the year. It's all doable. Sorgles, 724-935-2090.
Doug Oster tells you how to keep it green. The Organic Gardener is on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, 866-391-1020 is the number to dial. What else is on your mind as we have a couple calls?
One more announcement. I'm teaming up with Jeff Frisella this Friday at Recipe for Hope. And this is an event that helps Bonnie Diver's Hair Peace Charities, which helps women with cancer. Bonnie's been doing it for a long time. She is a saint. You come, there's all these celebrities. David Highfield will be there. Heather Abraham will be there. And a host of other local celebrities, some great food and drink for an important cause. It's at the Mayerneck Center in Avonworth, and I'm making roasted garlic ravioli in fresh spinach cream sauce. It's going to be fun. You can find a link on how to get tickets at DougOster.com. Well, Rob, do we want to go to the phones?
We're good to go.
All right.
Let's say hi to Kim in Wexford. Hey, Kim, how are you? Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Doug, we know the same person. It's Bill Zener is my gardening mentor.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Bill and I go way back, that's for sure. So tell me about that, being your garden mentor.
Well, my dad, he was a golf buddy of my dad, and he's the nicest man. And anyway, when my dad passed away, I went over to Bill and I said, "Would you be my gardening mentor?" and he is. And he taught me everything I know about gardening. And he literally is just a...
Okay, you keep breaking up,
We're
Kim.
breaking up there, Kim. Sorry about that. But, yeah, Bill Zener, I hope you're listening out there, Bill. You got a little shout out there. And Bill is a great gardener. And like all gardeners, loves to share. And so let's talk to another Doug.
Hey, it's Doug in Elwood City for Doug Oster, DougOster.com, Organic Gardener, KDKA. Hey, Doug, good morning.
Good morning. I'm having a really good growing season, but I have a problem. I have banana peppers and bell peppers, and I've got second picking off of banana peppers, but the bell peppers, I'm getting no flowers, and they're just not showing that they're going to give any more fruit. Do you have any idea what may be going on with those plants?
Yeah, sometimes the bell peppers, they'll drop their blossoms. They'll put a flower on, and then it gets real hot, and they don't like the super heat when they're just starting to put fruit on. I think that when we had this period here where we got a little cooler, that not only the bell peppers but also our tomatoes, some of these heirloom tomatoes, they won't put on fruit either. They'll start putting on fruit. Another trick you can do, Doug, is you can just shake that plant just to be sure that those flowers are getting pollinated. So peppers and tomatoes, they're self-pollinating, meaning the male and the female parts are in the same flower. And what happens is a bee comes up to the flower, and the vibration of the bee trying to get in the flower, that combines those two parts. So shaking the plant gently might help. But, green peppers, bell peppers in general, are much tougher to grow than hot peppers. Just try those things, and eventually the plant will put on peppers. It's just when it's ready, it will do it, okay? How is your season otherwise, though?
Been really good. I grew some winter squash this year, and they are doing really great.
Again, that's not an easy thing to grow, Doug. So you obviously know what you're doing. So with the peppers, it's more about the plant than it is, I think, than the gardener. Do you know the variety of the bell pepper offhand or not?
No, it's Burpee, the green peppers, and that was the ones that they recommended. It was the heirloom ones.
Oh, okay. Just wait it out. Luckily, we've got a long season. We're just coming into August, and we've got August, September, and part of October yet to get those peppers on. I might be tempted to give them a little bit of fertilizer too. I like to use this liquid fertilizer because it gives them kind of an instant boost. That might help too. Something formulated to make them bloom. There are certain types of fertilizers like bloom tone and flower tone that makes the plant put more flowers on. The more flowers, the more chances of those things doing their thing, putting peppers on. It'll happen. So just wait it out, and I'm glad you're having a good season, Doug.
Yep, thank you very much.
Lots of bargains out there. I was at the nursery the other day, filling holes in the garden, filling holes in the containers. And speaking of peppers, I just can't resist. These nurseries, some of them are giving stuff away. Some are just selling for $1 in 4-inch pots, and I had to buy a bunch of hot peppers. I delivered some to my friend Hot Pepper Dave and see how he can do with them. He grows stuff. He's got full sun. Stuff looks great. My stuff I put actually in the greenhouse. And then I'm a little tired today because Buddy and I went fishing yesterday. You can see the picture of the sunset last night on Lake Arthur. I posted it this morning. So we stayed out not too late, but later than I usually do on a Saturday night. I usually do nothing on Saturday, but a friend of mine wanted to fish, and I wanted to kind of show him around Lake Arthur there. And
Lake Arthur.
It's an awesome place. Yeah, it is an awesome place. But I'm used to having the lake to myself. I go on weekdays, and I go up before people get off work. This was a madhouse. All the recreational kayakers and swimmers and
how dare they?
Yes, how dare they come out on a weekend and have fun? That's my lake.
Tell everybody what is coming up after the news.
We are going to talk to Craig Stone from the Davey Tree Expert Company all about what's going on out there as far as trees are concerned, and also we're going to talk about why you should choose a certified arborist for your tree work.
All right, stay with us. Much more to come, including the Coons Cooking Hour. Dr. Bridget Chufo is back. Accurate Solutions, then 2 of the best stuff in the world of sports because it's our town, our team. It's the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. We are here till 1 o'clock, so you stay right there. Back right after Rob Taylor checks the news at 7:30 on KDKA Pittsburgh.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Experience Pittsburgh Magazine's long-awaited Ultimate House. Open for tours. Explore a stunning luxury showcase home featuring the latest in design, architecture, and innovation, all while supporting the free care fund at UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. Odyssey and McGee Women's Research Institute have teamed up for a new women's health podcast. Understudied asks researchers the biggest questions in women's health, and they're finding answers that could change lives around the world. Tune in where you find your podcasts. Sponsored by Genentech. Obsessed with pizza? So are they at Slice on Broadway. The 2025 winner of World's Best Cheese Pizza Slice is right here in the Burgh with 6 Pittsburgh locations, always serving delicious New York-style pizza, hoagies, and salads. Order yours today.
Details at kdkaradio.com.
You take care of your dog out of love and responsibility. But what if every scoop that you're feeding them is slowly making them sicker? Not because you're a bad pet owner, but because the pet food industry never told you the truth. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon #1 best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. Dog food is dead food, stripped of every live nutrient that your dog needs. That's where Rough Greens comes in. Just sprinkle it on top of whatever you're already feeding them. It's packed with live probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, and over 20 live vitamins and minerals, all natural and made in the USA. Thousands of dog owners are watching their pets transform. More energy, shinier coat, better mobility, and your dog could be next. Take the Rough Greens 90-day challenge. Give us 90 days and we'll give you a healthier dog, guaranteed. Get a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Use discount code USA. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code USA. Rough Greens. So good, your dog will ask for it by name.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I've had the privilege of seeing miracles, broken families rebuilt, every crash, every workplace injury, every medical mistake. Fighting back can work. We've gone toe-to-toe with insurance giants, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, 603 Stanwyck Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lawyer will handle Pennsylvania cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Now more than ever, we're the station you can trust for the information you need. KDKA. While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 67 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 7:30. I'm Rob Taylor. 2 people are dead after a shooting Saturday evening in Clairton. This shooting happened along Miller Avenue near the Village Inn Bar around 6:30 Saturday evening. Both men found by first responders shot multiple times, died at a local hospital. No word on any suspect descriptions. Police believe the suspects fled the scene in a vehicle. Anyone with information on the shooting is asked to call the county police tip line at 833-ALL-TIPS. Still no arrests after a man was shot and killed in Stowe Rocks. That shooting happened around 3 o'clock Saturday morning along Derby Alley next to Broadway Avenue. That man was taken to the hospital where he later died. His name has yet to be publicly identified. Well, drivers are venting about pain at the pump again. No relief in sight. Here's ABC's Dave Packer.
According to Gas Buddy, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is once again over $4, prices that are expected to keep rising. The cost of diesel again over $5 a gallon.
To see prices reaching over $5, close to $6 is rough.
Gas prices in California are nearing $6 a gallon, the highest in the country. Prices which experts say, given the hurricane season, war in Ukraine, and historic shortfalls in the U.S. strategic petroleum reserves, could remain for a while. Dave Packer, ABC News, New York.
Saturday was the final day of the Southside ice cream and coffee shop named Churn. Stores are now closed for good after 5 years in business at 2000 East Carson Street. Another Churn location in Fox Chapel at Artwood Town Center remains open. Ownership says there's plans to open a new Churn location in McCandless later this fall. Reasons for the Southside location closure included vandalism, theft, and employee harassment. KDK Radio News Time at 7:32. The AccuWeather forecast is coming up.
The Pittsburgh Speaker Series at Heinz Hall, presented by University of Pittsburgh, announces its 26-27 season. 7 evenings to deepen your understanding of the world around you, featuring Anderson Cooper, former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, historian Anne Applebaum, financial journalist Andrew Ross Sorkin, and former NASA Administrator Charles Bolden. The series is sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James. Tickets on sale now at pittsburghspeakers.org.
Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for just $9. Plus, receive 2 times O-Rewards points at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It will be clouding up a bit tonight with a low of 62. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, a high of 81. Some sun giving way to clouds Monday with a heavy thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 85. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, this is Larry Richert. Join us Monday on the Big K Morning Show, 5:30 until 10. It's Steelers Camp Week, what you need to know. Plus, Michael Bartley has a big announcement.
Our 10th caller right now wins that gift certificate to the good folks at Janoski's. And again, that's 412-922-1020.
And now, it's time for Talking Trees, a service of the Davey Tree Expert Company.
We're joined by Craig Stone from the Davey Tree Expert Company. Good morning, Craig. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well. And yourself?
I'm doing great. So before we get going on why we should choose a certified arborist for our tree work, Craig, I could do that segment by myself because I would never have anybody but a certified arborist look at my trees, but we'll talk about why in just a minute. But I wanted to go over what you're seeing out there right now for this season as far as diseases, pests, anything different. Has it been a good season, bad season for trees? What do you think?
I think it's not been a bad season. Again, every season kind of throws us something different. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of like heat, drought, stress, kind of, things that are related to that. A lot of trees dropping leaves, some fungal issues from, how much moisture in the cool season that we had early on. But yeah, overall, I don't think it's a bad season.
Yeah. I'm sure the rain and the heat has caused what you said, those fungal issues, but it is kind of nice to have a little bit of rain as opposed to like last year where we had that prolonged drought, which was, that was a tough one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about certified arborists. Again, I would never have anybody but a certified arborist look at my trees. We always talk about Chuck in a truck, and Chuck in a truck always gets work. But when a certified arborist goes on the property, there's nothing that's compelling you to get the work, right? You're just there more as a scientist and more as an expert, and you come for free too, right?
Yes, we do free assessments, and we're guests. We're invited guests on people's property. We don't just show up unannounced. So we try to listen to the client, kind of take their perspectives into what we're looking at, and then provide additional recommendations if we're seeing things, and kind of help them out with their whole property if we can.
Then the thing for me is this code of ethics that arborists have, and that's just so important. Again, you're not going to sell something that isn't needed. You're there to look down and look up and in between on those trees too, right?
Correct. Yeah, all of us are kind of sworn into this code of ethics that we should try to follow and hold to the highest standards, and that's what we're bringing out to the property. And again, it's mainly just educating homeowners, letting them know kind of the value of their trees and their green space of which they have, and how we can make it better if we can.
I think one of the interesting things about having an arborist out, you'll have an arborist out for a specific problem usually. It's not just so I guess sometimes it would be an overall, just look at my landscape, see what's going on. But oftentimes it's a specific problem, but then you're not just going to look at the specific problem. You're going to look at all the trees on the property, right?
Correct. Yeah. We never get called out to the property to see how great things are, thriving and everything else. We're always kind of getting a call at the last minute, what can be done, what's going on, and how to rectify this thing. And then, trying to provide, again, solutions for maybe potential problems that are there, but not necessarily to the aesthetics that the homeowner is seeing the problem, but maybe we can be proactive with that and help them.
Tell me a little bit about what you get out of this relationship between the homeowner and the arborist. What do you get out of it? Why do you like doing it?
Well, I'm somewhat of a tree hugger. So, just saving a tree, knowing that this could be something that maybe I don't foresee the fruitfulness of it, but maybe the next generation, my kids or something do or will. That's a big kind of driving factor for me. But then also just being able to help homeowners. So many homeowners that we come across have called so many, Chuck in the truck companies that just don't get them the answer, or maybe something as simple as the thistle weeds, and just knowing that, hey, there's selective herbicides that can tackle these and make your problems go away. Just being able to provide solutions to homeowners and kind of put their minds at ease, and then earning that trust over the years of working with them is kind of what really drives a lot of us and myself.
Well, back to Chuck in a truck, it drives me crazy, and I know it has to drive you crazy when you see things done wrong, and How often does that happen when you're driving around a neighborhood? Every day? I mean, it's in a way, it's kind of heartbreaking that they're spending all this money and then things are done completely wrong. And an expert like yourself and a wannabe expert like me, I can just see, especially when the leaves are off the trees, like, oh, why did they let them do that? Why would you do that to a tree? What's it like if I'm driving along in the truck with you and you see something like that? Let's say that a tree that's continually topped, and the guy's convinced the homeowners that, oh, you've got to do this every year.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, I think that goes to, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't think necessarily somebody's out there to take advantage, but I think it's just a lack of knowledge that specific individual maybe doesn't have with the ongoing issues with topping a tree and proper pruning. Again, kind of not being able to follow code of ethics to some degree. And then the homeowner just not realizing that what they're signed up to, and the ongoing, issues that they will continue to have with that tree and the expense, and then ultimately the tree dying, premature kind of life. And maybe that could have been avoided. But again, just kind of having those conversations to let the homeowner know, hey, this isn't the right thing to do. Here's what we would recommend, or maybe again, the right tree in the right place. If the tree's too big, let's get out in front of it and eliminate the problem and find you a solution.
You're being too nice. You're being the tree diplomat. I'll tell you what I think. I think that person does know what's right and what's wrong, and I've seen it personally, where I've seen these houses where they've convinced people that they got to come in and trim their maples every year, and not just the house. Guys got the whole neighborhood convinced, and so you're being very nice, Craig.
We try. But yeah, it's something that we deal a lot with.
Very diplomatic. So let's talk, before we take the break, let's talk a little bit about the best time to plant a tree. We're coming into that season, right? Do you guys plant like year round? Do you have to, like in July, do you have to plant trees?
If we have requests for homeowners, a lot of times that will be something we try to defer maybe to the fall. Cooler temperatures, more soil moisture, things like that, less transplant shock and stress. But sometimes homeowners get into a situation where they have some sort of party or an event, and they need the green space to be looking at its, top notch. And we try to help them out if we can. So it's just a little more emphasis on the homeowner to water, and kind of do all of the prerequisites needed to make sure that these things are going to sustain a healthy life.
Well, let's talk a little bit about them. Obviously, water is one. I wouldn't want to plant a tree this time of the year, but sometimes, like you said, it has to be done. You've got to do it. And so, what are some of the things you do if you're planting a tree in July or August before things cool off?
So, I mean, you're trying to really kind of do a lot of preparation. So, aerating the soil, making sure that you have, proper, not just water, but airflow through there. So porous soil conditions, amending the soil. Then there's obviously fertilizers that we can do with humates and things like that to kind of help for drought stress. Proper mulching kind of gets into that. And then, again, trying to limit some of the active pruning, because pruning can stimulate some growth in certain ways. So, again, it just kind of letting the homeowner know our professional recommendations and how we would go about it, and trying to lay out a plan for them as to, now, soon, and then later.
Well, it's good advice, but isn't it a good feeling when you can wait until the fall to plant? That's when I love planting trees. I just been taught that is the time to plant trees, and you ran over most of the reasons, but explain why fall is tree planting time.
So a lot for like deciduous trees going into dormancy, that process, it's going to really limit the transplant shock and stress for them. One, digging the tree up at the nursery. So, you are severing some of the root system. So that's going to mitigate some of the transplant shock and stress there. Also, typically the cooler temperatures, it's going to, reduce some of the stress. We're usually getting more, moisture. So, Mother Nature's watering to kind of help out. There's so many reasons, to get in through there. And then also, your inventory is going to be limited, obviously in the summer. Nurseries are not digging as much, or maybe trees are not readily available. So, that will become a little more plentiful heading into the fall.
Is it crazy busy for planting as soon as we get to September?
It's hit or miss. Normally we're kind of, so we work all year round trying to lay out best plans for homeowners. So a lot of times we've accumulated a bunch of work heading into that fall planting. So it becomes kind of, the fire alarm comes off here at the nurseries, and it's all hands on deck for, the next 6 weeks, getting trees into the ground that we've accumulated for, the year.
Well, when we come back, get ready, Craig, because I am going to quiz you on humates. I want to learn about humates, what those are. I want to hear some of your favorite trees, and I might have some other questions for you too, as the tree diplomat that you are.
Right.
For more information about Davey Tree, or to ask what's going on with your trees, go to davey.com/KDKA. And remember, you can always call the experts like Craig from Davey Tree at 855-982-TREE. That's 855-982-8733.
Short break. Coming back with more of Mr. Stone, Mr. Oster, and your Pratt Pack KDKA.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Hey, your Pratt Pack freshness is what we're all about at the farm, Janoski's, and right now they've got cabbage, green, red, and flat Dutch Swiss chard, kale, collard greens, leaf lettuce, oak leaf, red romaine, beets, pickling cucumbers, onions, sweet candy red and green shallots, along with fennel, broccoli, and radishes, kohlrabi, garlic scapes, garlic, dill, leeks, carrots, grape tomatoes, green tomatoes, bicolor sweet corn, eggplants, and so much more. Janoski's, open today and every day at 8 a.m. in Clinton.
The U.S. Treasury quietly released its official financial report for 2025. It appears by its own numbers, the U.S. government seems insolvent. It's reported that the Treasury shows about $6 trillion in assets and over $47 trillion in liabilities. Add it all up, and it looks like the U.S. owes more than $130 trillion it doesn't have. If that were a family, they'd earn $52,000 a year, spend $73,000, and already be more than $1 million underwater. Any accountant would call that insolvent. So how does the government fix this? It can print money, which erodes your purchasing power, it can raise taxes, or it can cut benefits. And none of those can help to protect you. That's why many people who have something to lose move part of their savings into physical gold and silver, assets that can't be printed, defaulted on, or voted away. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide and a no-pressure conversation. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
News Radio, KDKA, Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Quality Foods with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. Paul Skeen struck out 11, but he gave up 5 earned runs. He falls to 9-9 on the year. Chicago blasted the Pirates 11-0. They wrap up the series today at PNC Park, 135-93-7 the Fan. 2026 WNBA All-Star Game, United Center in Chicago, saw Team Spoon take on Team Coop. The final 129-122. Team Spoon gets the win. J.J. Williams delivered a 1-0 win for Rhode Island FC over the Riverhounds last night in front of a sold-out crowd at FNB Stadium. Kyle Shanahan broke his nose, 3 ribs, and his hand, and he needed over 40 stitches in his face after suffering a severe concussion in an automobile accident, and he will be limited during training camp. 3M opened through 3 rounds. Jackson Coyven, 20 under, 3-shot lead, and Al Pappy won the Adios at the Meadows yesterday, and NASCAR goes for the checkered flag today at the Brickyard. More sports, 93.7thefan.com.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Need to order food for your workplace?
Yep.
That's a rhetorical question. Who are you?
Oh, I'm May, an admin who loves EasyCater.
Well, may I continue? I'm the voice of EasyCater. And don't you have work?
Actually, EasyCater saves me so much time ordering food for the office, I thought I'd take a minute to spread the word.
Well, this is a 30-second spot, and we're halfway through, so...
Right. EasyCater gives you a huge variety of restaurants to feed your workplace. Any group size, any budget, anytime, anywhere. How's that?
You trying to take my gig?
Start an order at easycater.com.
What's going on here?
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
Doug Oster tells you how to keep it green. The Organic Gardener is on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You know, Doug, Mr. Stone's got one of them news anchor names.
Craig Stone.
Tonight with Craig Stone at 6 on Eyewitness News. I love it.
Well, back with Craig Stone from the Davey Tree Expert Company. We're talking trees, and Craig, you mentioned something I don't know a lot about when planting trees, and it's humates. What are they, and how are they added to the soil or to the planting?
So humates are kind of a soil enhancer, usually goes over most homeowners' heads. So we just try to be pretty simple. It's organic matter that's amending the actual soil. So it's not necessarily a fertilizer containing, macro micronutrients. This is actually a soil conditioner. It's going to help the plant, with soil moisture retention, limit some of the soil compaction issues, provide some, nutritional benefit in some ways, reduce drought stress. It just helps in so many different ways. And again, it's something that's actually enhancing the soil. It's not something synthetic that you're just putting in to kind of bypass things. So it's actually improving the environment of which that plant's going to be living in.
Is it something that's always used, or is it a case-by-case basis, depending on time or soil quality?
Yeah, so we try to use it more so in, certain applications. It's going to be better than others, but we do try to have a holistic approach where we are applying that to the soil proactively before there's a problem. If we're, again, called out to the property to see how beautiful things are, not called out to a property to see something struggling. But yes, we do try to use that. And summer's a good time to, again, drought stress, soil moisture retention is a big key factor that this can really help limit some of those issues.
We always talk about right tree, right place. We know that, but now I love to pick the brains of a arborist about some of their favorite trees that they like to plant that might not get planted as often as they should. Again, with the caveat that, you got to find the right place for it. You can't put a 40-foot tree right next to the house.
Well, you can. That's where we get back into maybe the chuck in a truck topping. And we see that often too many times. But again, the right tree in the right place. And we're trying to provide, a cost-effective tree for what the homeowner wants. So that way they're not having to spend money every single year to keep this tree, fitting into that environment. So again, I always my favorite tree is the black gum.
Oh, you arborists and your black gums. They always want a black gum. Tell them why you love the black gum, because I need to get one in my landscape. They are so beautiful.
So I love everything about them. The fall color is probably one of my favorite. Again, just being unique. They're often mistaked as the sweet gum. It's sibling with the spiky, undesirable balls that, everybody kind of jumps to. I don't want one of those. I don't want, and not realizing that it's different. And it's a good class. It's not necessarily going to be the largest tree, not the smallest tree. So I think it hits both, shade tree type of thing as somewhat of a larger ornamental. If, depending on the space that the homeowner has, maybe the desired of the characteristics this homeowner, wants this tree to have. I'll throw out some solutions based off of what they're just looking to have, what color flower, what size. And then, I can kind of really pinpoint this is probably 2 or 3 trees that I would strongly consider for this place.
Explain the fall color of the black gum, why everyone loves that tree.
There's no other that deepish red color that you're going to see. I mean, it just stands out. You can see it a mile away. I point them out when my wife and I are driving. She can't ride with me in the car, and you need to pay attention to the road, not the trees.
Hey, that's what we do, right? That's what we do. You're looking at the trees, you're looking at the mulch, you're looking at all that sort of thing. But come on, Craig, keep your eyes on the road, right? Anything else? Anything else on your list of trees when we find the right place for them?
Red buds are always a big seller. I think until homeowners kind of, they do put off a lot of seed saplings.
Yeah.
So maybe not so much in landscape beds, but if you have a small tree ring around the yard, you're mowing the grass, I think that can be a beautiful key piece to the landscape. Again, not overwhelming. A lot of homeowners are afraid of big, large trees. Again, just not knowing these storms that we get seem to be very very aggressive at times. So these big trees, when they fail, they can really be intimidating for a lot of homeowners.
All right, Craig, great information. Thank you so much. It was great to talk to you again. We'll talk to you the next time around. For more information about Davey Tree or to ask what's going on with your trees, go to davey.com/KDKA. And remember, you can always call the experts from Davey Tree at 855-982-TREE. That's 855-982-8733.
All right, great job, Doug. We'll see you next week. Stay with us. We're far from being done. We're here till 1 o'clock. Coming up next, the news at 8 with Rob, and then it's all about your favorite Mexican cuisine today on the Coons Cooking Hour. Moments away with Frank and I on KDKA 100.1 FM AM 1020. If you don't have the Odyssey app, get it. Download it. It's a free app, AUDACY. And, of course, the Metropolitan Window video screen. Click on KDKRadio.com, KDK Watch. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? News coming up next.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
University of Pittsburgh head football coach Pat Narduzzi. Have to ask you about Mr. Beast. This guy is worth $2.6 billion on paper. He decides to visit. What was that all about?
I'm still waiting for that check from him.
Okay.
I haven't got the check yet.
Mr. Beast, send the check to University of Pittsburgh football.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Shopping for replacement windows? Metropolitan Window Company elevates your shopping experience.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you'll experience personalized knowledge, expertise, and professionalism from our first visit to your home until our craftsmen complete your installation.
We're the window company that people want in their homes, and our exclusive Infinity by Marvin 100% fiberglass windows are the windows people love.
They're built for life. They are the strongest, longest-lasting windows you can buy.
And we have a great selection of colors and finishes. Experience Metropolitan Window Company. Stop by our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at
412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
In Pittsburgh, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Pittsburgh. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Workdays work better with food. And not just any food, the good stuff. That's why there's Easy Cater, the workplace food platform where you can order from a huge variety of great restaurants for any group size, anytime, anywhere, all in one place. Whether it's gourmet deli trays for the client meeting, spicy noodles for the night shift, tacos for the weekend crew, or a big box of brownies to tell your team, thank you. Just use Easy Cater. One platform to feed them all, and feed them well. Start an order at easycater.com.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business? Ah.
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more, so you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Now more than ever, we're the station you can trust for the information you need. KDKA. Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 68 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 8 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. 2 men are dead following a shooting in Clairton. This shooting happened around 6:30 Saturday evening along Miller Avenue. That's near the Village Inn bar. Both men were shot multiple times. They both died at the hospital. No word on any suspect descriptions. Police say the suspects fled the scene in a vehicle. Anyone with information on the shooting is asked to call the county police tip line at 833-ALL-TIPS. There's renewed fears of a wider war in the Middle East, even as the U.S. and Iran pause their overnight strikes. Details from ABC's Matt Rivers in Jordan.
After 2 weeks of trading lethal strikes back and forth overnight, U.S. and Iranian weapons were quiet. But tensions remain high in the region. U.S. Central Command saying it boarded a ship Sunday in the Arabian Sea on suspicion of violating the U.S. blockade of Iran, before ultimately letting that ship go. And in the nearby Red Sea, the Houthi rebels, Iran's proxy group in Yemen, opening up a new front, targeting Saudi oil exports, claiming they hit state-run oil operations in the Saudi kingdom.
Allegheny County Police say whoever shot and killed a man in Stowe Township still on the run. That shooting happened around 3 o'clock Saturday morning. Male victim was found shot multiple times just off Broadway Avenue along Derby Alley. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. And the man who died, he is yet to be publicly identified. KDK Radio News Time, it's 8:02. The AccuWeather forecast is 2 minutes away.
So, at Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, they help people move with less pain and more confidence. I've seen it. In fact, Physical has helped Pittsburgh get back on its feet with confidence through personalized one-to-one physical therapy and advanced balance treatment. It's amazing. The therapists use leading technology and customized care plans. Focus on balance, neuropathy, and pain relief. You get back to doing the things you love safely and confidently. Call Monroeville Physical, 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
Brian Schlaba here from the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. Born and raised right here. Since 2015, we've helped over 1,000 Pittsburgh homeowners sell their houses quickly and without the stress. No repairs, cleanouts, inspections, or appraisals. We give fast and fair cash offers. Buy your home as is, and you choose the closing day. Visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057. That's 412-500-9057.
Pittsburgh's local trusted home buyer since 2015.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
We'll have some more clouds around as we head through tonight, a low of 62. A partly sunny day for tomorrow with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, a high of 81. We can still see a thunderstorm tomorrow night. It will be partly cloudy, low 66. For AccuWeather, I'm Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following program is paid for by Coons Quality Market. This is the Coons Cooking Hour. The crew from Coons Market are here. It's the great food you grew up with and the recipes that make Pittsburgh someplace special.
I got to tell you, it's Mexican food today. Quesadillas, tacos, tortillas, all of that stuff that you love. We're going to get to all of it, but first let's get caught up as far as what's happening at the store. And I like to say it's a sizzling summer season because the prices are equally sizzling this summer season. Say that 10 times fast. Boy, things are going great at Coons Market right now, are they not, Frank Dentisi?
Yeah, it's that time of year where we'll be out of summer. We got one more month of no school. The kids get to enjoy some extra summer and spending those extra days outside as long as they can before the school starts. But fall will be coming up anyway. Fall's always going to eventually arise, and I love the smells and tastes of fall. You'll start seeing them here in August. All the different flavors. The apples start to really come out. We're near the end of the stone fruit peach season is winding up. And that's when you start seeing more of the apples start to arrive. All the different apples starting to ship in. We're a big supporter of Rainier out of Washington State, and also of our local Eastern apples here in Pennsylvania, especially that come out. And it's just a great time of year to have that, plus all the different pumpkin flavors and you'll start seeing them in our bakeries, sooner than later. And it seems like it comes in earlier than every year. I was out in stores just getting stuff for fixing things at home and starting to see some of the Halloween decorations coming out, that's why it's in my head right now. Is I was starting to see those Halloween decorations and all that coming. And, you say, oh, my goodness, that's all the way October. And then right after that's the holidays. That's why I always tell you, it's right after the 4th of July. It's almost Christmas because it seems like it goes so fast. As things come into stores earlier and earlier, and we'll be having the same thing as people start looking for those fall items. That's when we bring them in, and you'll start to see the displays and different tastes out there as well. And the smell of those cinnamon brooms and cinnamon pine cones won't be far down the road anyway. So it's a great time of year, though. This starts to cool off. Even this week coming up, we're not hitting. Well, I think we're hitting the 90 degrees on Monday, but the cooler weather. It was almost jacket weather a few days ago. So those cooler temperatures and a little bit of that relief from the intense heat, which hasn't been too bad this year. So.
All right.
That's how it is.
Lots of stuff. We want to hear from you about your favorite Mexican cuisine. Give us a call. Someone's going to take home a $25 gift certificate. 866-391-1020. McKnight Road, Hopewell, Ingomar, Banksville Road, Beulah Road, Highwood Street in Bellevue. And I spent time last week at Hopewell and also spent the day Friday at the Ferguson Road store. And I just want to take time to spotlight that store a little bit. What a crown jewel. And as I told Frank when we were recording some commercials in the 6 o'clock hour today, I love the deli at Ferguson.
Yeah, it's all of our delis have their specialties, have their uniqueness to them, and Ferguson's one that just puts out some great catering orders and some great grab-and-go foods. It's always growing, and it really is a support of the store. It's one of the strongest. That store has my strongest percentage of sales out of the Ferguson store, and a lot of it has to do with it's that local store. It's in a community. It's in Allison Park. And that community there does a lot of picnics. There's a lot of, homes in that area, and they do a lot of more. That's the working families of people that do a lot of parties at home. They do a lot of cooking in the back. Chuck from Shaler. I mean, this is close by to Shaler, and that's what's he doing, grilling, and that's the same kind of thing that they do, and plus catering different graduations and things like that, and because we see it in the prepared foods there. We run an excellent. Chris is our meat manager back there. Does an excellent job back, and nice fresh meat all the time, keeping it as fresh as expected. And it's just one of the top-notch meat departments. He was trained out of our McKnight store underneath George Ott, and has done very well since he moved there 5 or 6 years ago. I think I always think of it further. I say it further because I know it's further. My mind says 2 years, but it's always a lot more than that. Time goes by so quick, as you're having fun, we say. So, but that store is just, it's that local community store. We work with a lot of, as we do at other stores too, there's a lot of special needs up front because that family atmosphere. We've tried to run our stores as family atmosphere. I was talking to other people Just this week, we were working with a vendor looking for cafe stuff for our Bellevue store. And we were talking about how when they walk into one of our stores, they walked into the old Bellevue store first before they were waiting for us. And that comment of it just really feels like that family atmosphere. And it is. That's what we're looking for. And I'm glad people see that because that's what we look for. And Ferguson's a real strong example of that.
No doubt. And listen, for those who love the Beulah Road store like I do, it looks as though the Commercial Street Bridge is going to be open midweek. So that's good news, huh, Frank?
Yeah, it's great news for commute. We get to sit in traffic on the way back to work.
Oh, now nobody's. And you know what? I think people have actually found some better routes to actually get.
Well, you know what,
from.
Pittsburgh, to their the effort they put in to make the detours and all that. I mean, it's a struggle to learn them. But you know what? They put the time and effort in, so I don't think we've seen as much. Now, people are going to dispute that. They're going to say, there was a lot of traffic out there. But it could have been a lot worse.
A lot worse.
But it's good to hear that it might be opening a week early and be able to finally have some, back to normal on that bridge. Plus, they said they were going to pave the tunnel, so hopefully they got that out of the way too, so we don't have to worry about more closing.
Well, you realize if they do this project even 10 years ago, they're shut down for 6 months because they would have had to demo and then build the bridge.
I guess our train experience here in this area has paid off to put this bridge on rails.
That's right.
Now, how do they make it not move? Like, how do you get it off the rail?
Basically, you anchor it in once you get it in place. It's like an erector set. For those of you who are old enough, you just build it in one place, slide it over, then fasten some nuts
and bolts. Get some good wheel blocks on there and lock it in place.
It's a modern marvel. All right, real quick. And by the way, Mexican cuisine, get on the phones. We want recipes early and often. Somebody's going to get a $25 gift certificate. So when we started the show with your dad decades and decades and decades ago, been a long time, close to 30 years. When we talk Mexican food, we talk tacos, refried beans, tortillas, nachos. But now quesadillas have really kind of taken over in recent years, stuff with gooey cheese, tender chicken, and sizzling veggies. Explain to me what Tex-Mex means.
Oh, Tex-Mex?
Yeah.
Is more of that heat, that southern mixed with the Mexican influence coming up through the South there, and the assimilation of all the different cultures coming from Mexico, from in the Texas. That's kind of your Tex-Mex cuisine, that spice, but that southern cooking along with it, adding that grilling along with it, so kind of making it more our own, I guess you can say, without forgetting where the roots come from.
Right.
Yeah, same as what we do with pasta, Italians come in with pasta and all the different sauces and all this, and we come out with Chef Boyardee. So we kind of mix everything together.
I like Chef Boyardee.
It's that Americanized,
Boyardee.
easy to heat up
Chef
meals.
Boyardee ravioli. When I was a kid, that was 5-star dining.
I just have a hard time relating canned pasta to a chef. It's one of those disconnects.
Well, he only went 2 years to chef school, as opposed to 4.
When he retired, he sold. No one else could be as good, and that's where he went.
Wait a second. Imagine, though, think about this. Back in the day, when all this stuff started to happen, 40s, 50s, post-World War II, where you had to make everything from scratch, and all of a sudden you could get a pizza kit, or you could get spaghetti in a can. I mean, with all the laundry and the house cleaning and bills you had to pay, that was like game-changing.
Well, we were starting to get into the culture where two people were working at home. Both parents were working at home.
Yeah.
And that's where all these, we need a solution to be able to eat because it's either that or starve. It's nice to have more money come in the house, but no one had time to cook. And so that's where you get these convenience items to come back. And now we're looking back at it from experience over that 30, 40 years and saying, you know what, we got to make it a little more healthier, though, because it's still a lot of salts, a lot of this. And so now there's a lot more healthier options that are easy to go. And, as far, even in cans, even in the pre-boxed meals, they're really starting to look at the nutritional value instead of just the quickness and cheapness as making it as economical as possible. They're also looking at, we need to still be healthier. We're going to, we're doing a disservice to the communities out here, not giving them food that really needs to be a higher quality.
All right. Well, let me just say this. And we've talked about your childhood, cleaning your pool, riding your bike, cutting grass. You were moving. Your dad stocking shelves, carrying big racks of, pieces of meat and putting them in the place that was the meat department before they were cut by a butcher who had to physically break, pull, slice, and dice. All I'm saying is the food, why everybody was a lot healthier back in the day and they weren't so concerned about it because it fueled the fire, but they were moving a lot. I think one of the problems in our country is not the food we're eating, but we're not moving enough in this country, not doing a lot of physical labor. So if you want to continue to eat the stuff that I like, you got to get out there and move a little bit.
Well, it's the transition as you're doing less moving and less working. It's just like getting older. You start stepping back a little bit from, you're not outside like a kid playing outside and this and that. And as you make those steps back, but you're still eating the same amount of foods and the same foods, there's where the mistake is. You wouldn't keep putting gas in your car when it's already full. So it's the same thing. You're fueling up your body, but you're overfilling it. So your body's saying, I got to store this because I'm not going to waste anything. So now you got to do and step back and say, okay, I need to cut back what I'm eating. Even if you go to a healthier, cows eat grass all day. They still get pretty big. It's more the portion sizes that you have to watch out for. And I mean, the quality and what else you're adding to it. But once you control the portion size, now you're back in control and you take care of it. And we look going back into the Mexican cuisine, one of the things that have really grown on that side, like salsa, another healthier and guacamole. Even though it's more calories, but the healthier fats that that have come with that, and guacamole and avocados in general have exploded in this country. They've absolutely exploded. And it's just that healthier option. When you go to a Mexican cuisine, you get those. It's not just loading up on refried beans and all these, fried foods. You got to have salsas, which is different options. So you're going to eat the chips, not as good, but the salsa balances out instead of like a French onion dip.
All right, get to the phones. Come on, first come, first serve. Mexican cuisine, what do you enjoy? What is your taste buds maybe thinking that would be a good idea to have for a Sunday mealtime later today? 866-391-1020. Call in with that Mexican cuisine recipe, and maybe you, that's right, you could be taking home a $25 gift certificate. The Coons Cooking Hour. Frank Dentisi and I, your Pratt Pack. Back with more in a moment. Stay with us.
Now more than ever, we're the station you can trust for the information you need. KDKA.
Summer heat, storms, and heavy rain can put your roof to the test. Don't settle for anything less than expert care. PJ Fitzpatrick brings more than 45 years of experience, and they've earned thousands of 5-star reviews. Delivering American-made, CertainTeed premium shingles. Most roofs install in just one day, and all come with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. Flexible financing makes it easy to protect your home this summer. Visit trustpj.com today.
80 million listeners depend on AM radio to always be on, delivering news, sports, talk, traffic, and weather reports you can trust. AM radio also delivers vital emergency information when you need it most. Text AM to 39179. Tell Congress to pass the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act to keep AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
The KDKA Radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
The diet can continue Monday. This is the Coons Cooking Hour on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, Steelers season just a couple of days away. Don't forget where you can pick up your Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, of course, Coons Market. But we'll have Ray Fittipaldo today talking everything that is the Steelers right after that noon news with Rob Taylor, Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show. Here he is, Chuck in Shaler. You did a little bit of everything today, Chuck. Good morning.
Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning.
Yeah, that was a big challenge. You made me do some work for this one. I'm not a Mexican. That's not something I usually make. But Frank, you had when I bought the chorizo. That's the first time I've ever seen it linked like that. And I'm glad you did, because I got the grill one out first and see how spicy it was. so I knew how to make my mixture for my stuffed peppers, and it was really good.
Yeah, you're talking our own chorizo.
Yes.
Is that the one you want? Yeah. Because there's another one. There's well, usually you see them smoked. You don't usually see them raw here in Pittsburgh anyway. And George asked about it. George is our meat manager at McKnight, and he asked. This is years ago. He said we should have a chorizo for the raw chorizo, just like our regular sausage. So he mixed up a mixture, and so basically he created it, and it's gone pretty good from there. So I'm glad.
Yeah, he did a good job. He did a real good job on it. Yeah,
I'll give him a pat on the back tomorrow.
Yeah,
that boy,
absolutely.
No, George is a great guy. He's gonna be retired. He's gonna be like you, retiring soon enough. Not knowing what the date is, or just the day. At least for Sunday to wake up on time. That's the retirement age.
So today,
the only alarm I have set is for Sunday. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
Rob.
that's okay. I told Frank that off the air. He got a chuckle out of that. Listen, peppers and Mexican street corn, and also potato skins. So tell the folks what you prepared. And by the way, it looks absolutely yummy. Go ahead.
All right. So here's what I did. First, I took the fresh corn on the cob and potatoes, got them started on the grill, and then I had to burn off the poblano peppers because their skin's real tough. So you want to blacken them off and then peel that skin off. It's a little easier to chew it that way. Then I took my chorizo, took that out of the casing, chopped it up, put a little bit of Vidalia onions and some beer, and let that cook for a while. Then when the potatoes was done, I cut them in half, scooped them out, put them in a bowl, put some butter, sour cream, and Monterey Jack. And when the chorizo was done, I chopped it up more, drained it all out, mixed it with the mashed potatoes, wrapped them in the poblanos, lined them up in a pan, put them back on the grill. And while that was going, I was making the street corn. I took the corn off the cob. I sauteed some red onions, red Fresno peppers, jalapeno peppers, half can of black beans. Put in a little smoked paprika, chili powder, and tahini. And I sprinkled a little Fresno queso fresco cheese on top of it, crumbled that up. And it all came together so nice. And then I was done with all that. I still had all the potato skins left. I had a little bit of the mixture left, so I put the mixture in the potato skins, made some bacon, put some shredded cheese on top, and put it back on the grill and let that melted down. And I had all kinds of stuff to eat yesterday.
Isn't it amazing? We've even found a way to put bacon in Mexican cuisine. Bacon is like, you could put bacon in anything.
Well, I'm sure they have plenty of bacon down in
I know, but that was of all the things he did, that was the baking on the cake, if you will. That was really what topped it off. I mean, and then just the flavor and what that does, that's amazing.
Well, it's like bacon's another seasoning. And here in America,
and crunch
where we really started pushing bacon so hard that we export probably as much as we eat. We go through a lot of bacon, But it was.
Go ahead. But then peppers come out nice. I didn't have to put any spices on there. Between the heat of the pepper, the spices in the chorizo, and then the Monterey Jack, it all just blended nice. I mean, if you like it hotter, obviously you could add more stuff to it. But I thought it had plenty enough for me and my wife. We both liked it.
So what do you?
It's a lot of work, but it's good.
What are you preparing this week? Do you do your menu ahead of time for the week, or do you basically fly by the seat of your pants when you wake up in the morning? You say, I feel like eating this. What are you going to do?
It just depends. It depends on what's on sale, what we have, what we feel like making. One days it's burgers, some days it's Now it's nice. I can make a pork shoulder in the middle of the week. I don't have to wait till the weekend. Because you need 8-9 hours to cook that. So yeah. Whatever I feel like doing. So
you go to that Ferguson Road store?
No, McKnight, where I seen you for the Feast of the Seven Fishes.
So you go to McKnight. Well, how far do you live? I was just telling Frank, and I've been in there many times, but I was at the Ferguson Road store pretty much on Friday all day. And boy, what a nice little store that is. And that's pretty close to Shaler, too.
Yeah, but the McKnight run is really close. I can get there in less than 10 minutes.
It all depends on which side you live on.
That's a nice deli, too. They're
both
nice
stores.
Delis.
The nice thing about, McKnight's got the big variety, and it's got a lot of different things in there. Ferguson's got the same variety crammed to a smaller package, and it's more that neighborhood market where the McKnight's made for both. It's in a neighborhood, but the edge of the neighborhood, being that side of McKnight, ready to come right onto the exit and pretty quick instead of hitting all those lights is wonderful there. Plus, you got the selection of beer and wines too. We got the cafe right up front.
Here's the thing: we're the only local grocer left, but we're also the only one that puts the store in a community that it fits. Like McKnight Road, you got the big McKnight Road, right? And this Ferguson Road is like a nice little neighborhood, one of the very first suburbs of Pittsburgh. Once these row houses basically got filled up, people working in the mill, and then they started to move out into the suburbs. And that store fits perfectly in that neighborhood. Hopewell, the Hopewell Shopping Plaza, Bellevue, what we're doing there with Lincoln Avenue, all these stores fit the community they're in, Frank.
Well, there was a hole left. I mean, back in the day, whenever AMP was around, that was before my time, but that's what they were. They were in the neighborhoods. When you come back in Foodland in my day, is one that were all inside the neighborhoods. They served the community where you didn't, smaller locations, but, the smaller they are, the easier they are to maintain. Usually you're going to have the freshest food in those smaller locations, plus they're more community-based, and we filled that need that's a void in Pittsburgh. As these stores got bigger and grew, becoming these giant stores, we fulfilled that need of the people who were like, I don't need this giant store. I want to get the variety that I want, but inside that small format where I know I'm going to get the freshest meats, the freshest produce, the freshest dairy, because we don't have a choice. We have to buy all the time because we don't have the backroom storage. We don't want the backroom storage. We want the freshest product coming out all the time. So a McKnight Road still fits our format, but that's about it. That's as large as we'll go.
Absolutely.
Because you can't keep it fresh as you want, as we expect, any bigger than that.
We're not a big box store. We're not a warehouse. We are a locally owned and independently operated grocer, the last locally owned grocer in Pittsburgh. Chuck, have a great week, buddy. Always great hearing from you. Let's just real quick, Bellevue store. This is going to be such a beautiful store. And for people who live there or have driven by, it's where the old YMCA used to be. But so many incredible things. I can't wait for that store to open, Frank.
Yeah, right now we're working on the finishing up of what we're going to put in the cafe for seating, and we're working on for the countertops will be a live edge, which if you don't know, that's just cutting a tree long ways and that bark, that exposed bark on the end, and the tree that we're using is the one was in the front of the YMCA. So relating back to what the community wanted, because they were not happy the tree was coming down. It was a beautiful tree, and then bringing that back into the store, so at least we have that memory back of the store and keep what people were looking for. No, we couldn't keep it because that would be right in the center of our, basically, if you really picture it, it'd be in the middle of where our restrooms are going to be. But that tree was in the way, but at least we can give it some kind of memory back to the community of that. What they remember.
Look at it this way: from one family tree to another family tree. I love it. All right, short break. All right, we got Diane and Mary Lee. We'd love to hear from you. It is all about Mexican cuisine. Some lucky listener calls in with a recipe. We may be drawing your name before the hour is up. This is the Coons Cooking Hour on KDKA.
Having trouble keeping up with your electric bill? Duquesne Light Company can help customers manage costs through their Customer Assistance Program. Flexible payment plans, budget billing, rebates, and more. Duquesne Light realizes these are difficult times, and they are all committed to supporting our communities. Discover how you can save money and stay comfortable in your home year-round by visiting DuquesneLight.com/assistance. That's DuquesneLight.com/assistance.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Here's a World Soccer Championship Team Spotlight, brought to you by the first ever Infiniti QX65 and by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's.
Spain, world champions once again. This is a golden generation announcing itself on the sport's biggest stage. Spain's next wave has already delivered a title, and there may be more to come. World champions, Spain reigns over the globe once again.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 70 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 8:30. I'm Rob Taylor. 2 people are dead following a shooting in Clairton. This happened around 6:30 on Saturday evening on Miller Avenue, near the Village Inn bar. Both men were shot multiple times. They died at a local hospital. Right now, no word on descriptions of any suspects. Police do believe the suspects fled the scene in a vehicle. Anyone with information on the shooting is asked to call the county police tip line. The number is 833 all tips. Still no arrests in the shooting that killed a man in Stowe Township. That shooting happened on Saturday morning around 3 o'clock along Derby Alley. That's just off Broadway Avenue. The man who died has yet to be publicly identified. Well, according to Gas Buddy, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is once again over $4. ABC's Dave Packer reports prices are expected to keep rising.
Across the U.S., gas prices rising amid threats of an escalating war with Iran. After nearly 2 weeks of deadly strikes, the U.S. and Iran have paused their daily attacks. This as the Houthis, an Iranian proxy group in Yemen, have opened a new front targeting Saudi oil exports, claiming they hit state-run oil operations in the Saudi kingdom.
Saturday was the final day that the Southside ice cream and coffee shop named Churn was open. Its doors are now closed for good after 5 years in business on the south side at 2000 East Carson Street. Another Churn location in Fox Chapel at Hartwood Town Center remains open. Ownership says there's plans to open a new Churn location in McCandless this fall. Reasons for the south side location closure included vandalism, theft, and employee harassment. KDK Radio News Time, it's 8:32. The AccuWeather forecast coming up next.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It will be clouding up a bit tonight with a low of 62. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, a high of 81. Some sun giving way to clouds Monday with a heavy thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 85. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following program is paid for by Coons Quality Market. The diet can continue Monday. This is the Coons Cooking Hour on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'll tell you one more before we get back to the phones. Mexican cuisine, get on the line with your recipe. Someone's going to get a $25 gift certificate. Chili, taco salads, all kinds of stuff, Frank.
No, chili, really, that's one. Hey, it's almost fall coming into chili season again.
Ooh.
But people have a lot of pride and a lot of secret chili recipes. And that's one of those, like, guys are usually the ones grilling chili. Guys are usually the ones making the chili and eating the chili. That's some people hang their hat on. You've seen from the old chili competitions.
Yep, back in the day.
Which is now 40 years ago or something like that. 35.
Long time ago. Well, I'm going to tell the story now, and I didn't feel like it, but now you're going to make me tell it. So when I first met Joe, and long before we were doing TV before we came to radio, and I kind of convinced him to come here, and we've been here ever since, and we love it. But we decided to have a chili cook-off, and John Cigna had his motorcycle riders, John Cigna, so we took it to one of the stores, and there were like 50 different samples of chili to sample, and it was me and Cigna, the judges. So we're doing a spoonful, and all of a sudden, by about the 35th spoonful of chili, my stomach started to growl. Cigna looked at me, and I went, he goes, your stomach's you're going to have some issues here. You can't. Here, he was taking like a sip and spitting it out. And I'm taking every single
You're eating whole bowls of chili.
Beans and all this stuff and spices and peppers. Needless to say, I got out of there quick after I decided who the winner was. But I love chili, and I love taco salads. Absolutely love them. All right, here we go. Let's say hi to Diane. She joins us now on the Coons Cooking Hour on KDKA. Hi, Diane. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. Doing great. And looks like we've got a great week of weather, and love Chuck's recipe. That creativity he has is spot on. I love it. There's really love all the variety work he puts into his recipes there. Just this past week, actually, we did some fajitas, and you can make them on the stove or grill up your meat. My family tends to sway towards chicken, but you've got some great beef and pork products this week on sale that can add to it. And you really don't have to use bell pepper and your onion, which you got the Vidalia onions and everything. You can put some sliced strips of squash. One of the things I like to do is when I cook my corn, take the shaver that I have, shave it off, and sprinkle that on there for just a little bit of a festive accompaniment. But, overall, you need chicken, some sweet onions, bell peppers, some fajita seasoning, which you can also always make as your own, some tortillas. And with that, we always make up some rice that we use some lime and cilantro with. Make sure you have some chopped up tomatoes, some guac or salsa, some sour cream, some shredded cheese. But you're going to slice up your onions and peppers. And like I said, add in some extra vegetables. Be a little bit daring and, add some little spice to it. But zucchini looks fabulous to add on this week. Slice up your onions, peppers, vegetables, season with salt and pepper. Heat it in a large skillet or grill it. Saute them just till they're slightly crisp. and then remove that, set that aside, slice up your chicken into strips. You've got the chicken tenders on sale this week. That works fabulous too. Lightly coat that in some of your fajita seasoning. Add a tablespoon of oil to your pan or skillet. Cook that for about 4 or 5 minutes till it's done. Remove that. Mix all that together. Make your rice with your a little bit of lime juice and your cilantro. Serve it up. You can even use that to top off, Rob, as you were saying, with salads. There's nothing wrong with putting some sauteed vegetables and seasoned meat on a salad. So you make up a double batch, you're ready to go. And one of the things I done early in the week is made up some chicken breasts just with some general seasoning. And we actually pulled those out and sliced them up, tossed them in the pan with the seasoning, and it was ready to go. So you can get multiple uses out of one dish, really.
Yeah, and fajitas are wonderful because it's something you can make it as healthy as you want it to be. If you can ditch the tortillas and put over a bed of, cook up some brown rice and season it to make a nice Spanish rice, and as a bed, and you can put your vegetables and protein right up on top, give it a great flavor. Add a little bit of guacamole. You can get some, a couple dabs of sour cream. You don't have to go overboard, but sour cream is not horribly bad for you at all. Gets you a way to get your dairy and add something to it. And you can really make something that's a little bit on the healthier, or you can put over a bed of lettuce, like she said, like making a salad, and put over that bed of lettuce, and just, there's a lot you can do with it, but a lot of flavor that you can get out of it, especially with those thin meats, cutting up the chicken, thin sliced steak. If you're a vegetarian, go towards the portobello mushrooms. Has that more beefier flavor towards it, a meatier flavor, and use more of the black beans. Black beans are amazingly popular right now. Things that have really just taken off in the few years to where we have to keep a couple cases just on the shelf to be able to make it through deliveries. And, adding black beans, it's because it's a high fiber item that's going to keep you feeling fuller, because it is filling you up, but it's keeping you feel fuller where you're not overeating. It can help you control your portions and be able to, that's the nice thing to add into, making sure that if you're getting canned black beans, make sure you rinse them off first so you don't get the extra sodium, and just using those and a little bit of cilantro. You'd be amazed what some black beans, some cilantro, and what a couple squeezes of lime would do to adding to that flavor, instead of putting on the refried beans and loading it with a whole bunch of cheese and this and that. You can really add some flavor, and pico de gallo on there as well to give it that fresher taste.
He's bragging now. What did you just say?
Pico de gallo.
Ooh.
Diced up tomatoes.
I know. That sounded,
that's all it is.
Whatever it was, it sounded good. Diane, you always come through big time. We appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you guys, and thanks for offering all the great sales this week. It helps make it easy to what you want to plan for the week with some quality food. So you gentlemen have a blessed day and week. Thank you for everything.
All right, thanks, Diane. So do you like hard or soft shells when it comes to tacos?
Well, I like soft shells because the stupid hard shells break on me.
They do.
But I believe it's Old El Paso.
Yes.
They have the ones that are seasoned like Doritos. And they have a nacho cheese hard shell that stands up on its own. Instead of like the old school, we just like to suffer and let them fall on their side. And now they make them so they stand on them. They can stand up on their own. I'll tell you what, those are good. I bought them about 3 weeks ago for the first time, and they were really, really good. I had picked up a second box and made some more because I still had some extra ground beef.
I love them all. All right, 866-391-1020. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to vamp here a little bit, come back. We've got Mary Lee. We've got John. This is the final segment coming up in a couple of moments. So if you have a Mexican cuisine recipe, fajillas, quesadillas, tacos, tortillas, you name it, call in. You'll have a chance to take home a $25 gift certificate. So the summer season is in full swing. And listen, if you're still looking for a picnic, we have what you need. Right, Frank?
Oh, definitely. We have, of course, we've been running great sales on ground beef, trying to get the best deals that we can possibly get for out there, because I know beef is high. but we try to put those savings and just pass that along. So are your burgers, but we have great deals on all your different smoked meats. We have in our deli, we're really starting to focus on our homemade salads. So as you come in, you might see some things changing where we have our salads plus some other different proteins, some different center of the plate items that you can purchase right with our salad case and be able to make up a meal that you can heat up on its own that's restaurant quality without the restaurant price. And so you're going to really start seeing some revamping on that as well. And of course, with all your picnic needs, your fresh produce that we all have, all the fresh vegetables, all the fresh fruits that are over there, the easy nature's candy, I call them, and can't forget that we have all the charcoal briquettes you want, the lighter fluids for you going on the road, all the different plates and utensils, so you don't have to worry about cleanup if you're going out for a picnic. So we got everything that you need, and 2 of the stores even have the beer and wine, soon to be 3.
All right, 866-391-1020. Last call. Stay with us. One more opportunity to get in on that gift card, but you got to call in now. Mexican cuisine, the topic of conversation. Dr. Bridget Shufo is back in the building, coming up in the 9 o'clock hour today with your Pratt Pack on KDKA.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020. And KDKA-radio.com.
Here it comes! Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction! And the drilling is only during business hours! It's so loud!
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor, it's plaster from your ceiling!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Look who has extra pep in their step.
Well, I just finished my to-do list. Gas tank is full, tonight's dinner plans are set, grocery shopping is complete, and I even got everything for those barbecues and pool parties we have planned. You know what's even better?
What?
Every one of those stops gets me a bit of money back.
How are you doing that?
By using Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app where I earn cash back on gas, groceries, and dining out. They even gave me a cashback bonus on my first grocery trip.
So that extra pep comes from all that cash back. Looks like I need to download Upside.
You really do.
Earn cash back on errands and everyday essentials. Download Upside and use promo code VIBE to earn an extra $5 cash back on your first purchase at one of over 100,000 available locations. That's promo code VIBE for an extra $5 cash back. Remember, use promo code VIBE.
Offers vary by user and location of participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
The diet can continue Monday. This is the Coons Cooking Hour on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
We got some folks wanting to talk to Frank. Coons Cooking Hour. It's Mexican cuisine, the topic of conversation. Here's Mary Lee. How are you, Mary Lee? Good morning.
Very well. How are you today?
Good.
Good. My recipe is for taco casserole. I brown 1 pound of ground beef, and I drain the fat. I add a half a bottle of taco sauce, 1 cup of frozen corn, and 2 cups of cooked shelled macaroni. I cook it together for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then I put it in a casserole. I cover the casserole with 2 cups of grated cheddar cheese, and I top it with crushed Doritos. You bake it for 20 to 30 minutes at 350.
There you go. See, I told you, Rob, Doritos go well with
That's what makes it.
It does. That's that tang of that nacho cheese seasoning.
Yes.
Good stuff, Mary Lee. Thank you for Good stuff, Mary Lee. Thank you for that. Let's go to John in Washington, PA. John, welcome to KDKA. How are you?
Good, thank you. Hey, this is more a question than a recipe. I love black beans, especially in my chili, which I dearly love with the Tex-Mex recipes. The question is this. If the beans are so good for you, black beans are so good for you, why do they have to refry them?
Why they have to that's the way to get rid of leftovers, why they started doing the refry. That's what it really is, you know. And they're pinto beans. I mean, you can make it different beans if you want, but they're technically usually pinto beans, and they do the fried net oil. I mean, you can mash your black beans the same way and not add the extra stuff in them and kind of get close to that too. So there's ways to make the refried beans healthier. But I think a lot of it's similar to the Asian cuisine where they use refried rice. Or not refried rice, but fried rice. That's all leftover rice. And that's the same thing with the refried beans. It's a way to use them up.
I see. I'm just a curious guy.
No waste.
You know.
I know they take something that's healthy and they make it unhealthy, but I mean, you could just heat them up as they are, but they end up getting mushy anyway.
I love these recipes. One recipe is actually called Cristianos y Moros, which translates to Christians and Moors. Rice and black beans.
Oh, there you go.
For that. I thank you very much, gentlemen.
No, thank you very much.
All right, John, we appreciate the call. Here she is, Michelle in Penn Hills on the Coons Cooking Hour on KDK. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
You bet.
My recipe is for fresh peach salsa, and it serves 6 to 8. You use 1 pound of tomatoes diced, whichever kind of tomatoes you like, 1 4-ounce bell pepper seeded and finely diced, 2 jalapenos seeded and finely diced, 1 medium onion finely diced also, and 1.5 pounds of peaches diced. But you can dice those bigger, and you don't have to peel those. You can use half a bunch of cilantro chopped. I didn't have any, so I just used dried. 2 tablespoons lime juice, half a teaspoon salt or to taste, and a 1/4 teaspoon pepper. You just mix it all up and, put the cilantro, lime juice, salt, and pepper on, mix it up and enjoy it. And you can just eat it out of the bowl. You don't need chips or anything. Does taste better the day you make it. So if you make a lot, it's good for when you have company.
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice freshness to it.
Yeah, I've never had peach salsa. I've had mango, but I've never had peach. And, I had fresh peaches, so it was really, really good.
I haven't had it either, so that's something that I'd like to be able to try. Got to have a nice sweetness to it. I was going to say a little bit something about the herbs, too. You have the cilantro where you use dry or the fresh. There's also an in-between option. We use these Lighthouse spices where it's in our produce department, usually stored near where the garlic is. And what it is, they're dehydrated. And so they have instructions on being able to rehydrate them so they're closer to what a fresh herb would be between cilantro, parsley, basil. They have those. And another option out there for people that makes it a little bit easier because herbs go bad so fast sometimes. But, and if you buy them in the small packs, they're expensive. So sometimes these other options give you something that at least it's not going bad. I hate to waste food. And to be able to have something
What was the name of that brand?
Lighthouse. Yeah, they're like jars. We keep them. They're near the garlic.
I'll have to get some of that.
Mm-hmm. No, they're a nice option. They store very well.
Michelle, good hearing from you.
Okay, great.
Good hearing from you today.
Thank you.
Great job. Bye-bye. All right, a couple of minutes left. Now, next week, it's tomatoes.
Yes, because what's coming out of the garden. Tomatoes, and like the lady I have that does lessons at our house, zucchini. She keeps giving me so many zucchini. I keep frying zucchini. I'm okay with that. But, oh, my goodness, I've had a lot of zucchini. But tomatoes, that time's coming up, and what to do with them. Do you make fresh sauce? Do you store them for the winter? We're talking Mexican cuisine right now, so do you make more pico de gallo? That's Rob's new favorite word of the day, pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo.
It sounds fancy.
It sounds really
cool. It's chopped tomatoes with seasoning.
I promise you, before the day's over, I will use it somewhere. Do you have any pico de gallo here?
That's kind of like the Grey Poupon of the 2000s now.
But tomatoes are really so universal, man. I love them.
They're in a lot, and when you have problems with local tomatoes, you know it. People are not happy about planting it all. They don't get to make their different sauces. My dad, growing up, would always tell me the stories when he'd get his hand smacked because my nana would make her own tomato paste in the backyard, where she'd cook down the potatoes and then put them on boards out in the sun.
Right.
And then she'd catch him sticking his finger in there and taking a little bit of tomato on his finger and have to give him a little smack on the hand. Giuseppe, no,
But, tomatoes, like apples and just about every other piece of produce, there's more than just one variety.
Not tomatoes. We wouldn't have any ketchup. Oh, my goodness. What would you do with a world without ketchup?
I wouldn't want to be a part of this world anymore.
With Heinz would only be pickles. No ketchup.
Listen, got to have ketchup, man. Ketchup on everything. All right, real quick, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We'll draw this week's winner of that $25 gift certificate. But we got about a minute before the break, Frank. Just real quick, this is the time you're looking for a summer splash of savings and freshness and deliciousness and all that's good. This is the time you want to get into Coons Market.
Yeah, take advantage of our sales. Front page, we have our boneless, skinless chicken tenders. These are the fresh boneless, skinless chicken tenders, $1.99 a pound. These are unheard of prices. Our blueberries, 1-pint packages, 2 for $4. Stone Ridge Creamery ice cream. This isn't private label ice cream, but it's excellent. It's a 48-ounce carton, $2.99. And pick some of that up. United Dairy iced teas, the gallon jugs are only $1.99, and plain or garlic Eckrich bologna at $3.99 a pound.
That's a great deal. All right, short break. We'll come back. Dr. Shufo coming up after the news at 9. We'll come back, draw this week's winner of that $25 gift certificate from Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
University of Pittsburgh head football coach Pat Narduzzi. Have to ask you about Mr. Beast. This guy is worth $2.6 billion on paper. He decides to visit. What was that all about?
I'm still waiting for that check from him.
Okay.
I haven't got the check yet.
Mr. Beast, send the check to University of Pittsburgh football team.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
The U.S. Treasury quietly released its official financial report for 2025. It appears by its own numbers, the U.S. government seems insolvent. It's reported that the Treasury shows about $6 trillion in assets and over $47 trillion in liabilities. Add it all up, and it looks like the U.S. owes more than $130 trillion it doesn't have. If that were a family, they'd earn $52,000 a year, spend $73,000, and already be more than $1 million underwater. Any accountant would call that insolvent. So how does the government fix this? It can print money, which erodes your purchasing power, it can raise taxes, or it can cut benefits. And none of those can help to protect you. That's why many people who have something to lose move part of their savings into physical gold and silver, assets that can't be printed, defaulted on, or voted away. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide and a no-pressure conversation. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
In Pittsburgh, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Pittsburgh. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company. Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
The diet can continue Monday. This is the Coons Cooking Hour on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You know, just a big juicy tomato, basically sliced up in some Land O'Lakes butter and some just toast. Make a little tomato sandwich. That's good eating, boy.
Sliced tomatoes, salt, pepper, and oregano. And if you want some fresh mozzarella with a little bit of balsamic vinegar glaze drizzled over it.
My dad used to always grab a tomato and just a salt shaker and go sit on the front porch and just basically eat it like an apple, man. All right, here we go. Time to draw this week's winner of that $25 gift certificate. Survey says...
This week's winner is John in Washington.
John, congratulations. Stay tuned because coming up in a matter of moments, it'll be Rob Taylor with that news at 9 o'clock. So next week, tomatoes, but if you're looking for anything for that picnic season, you picnic-pleasing people, get into Coons Market where we are open every day, and we are underway for business for this Sunday. Frank, have a great day. Enjoy your week, okay?
Have a great day.
Again, tomatoes. I love tomatoes. We'll be talking about that coming up next week. In the meantime, coming up today at 10, it's Accurate Solutions, all sorts of financial news and notes. And then at 11 o'clock, it's the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. Pirates got beat up bad by the Cubs yesterday. Paul Skeens tied a high of 11 strikeouts, but he gave up 5 earned runs. They were beaten 11-0. They'll go at it again today. 1:35 first pitch. 93.7 The Fan. Greg Finley is here to talk about LeBron James going to the Philadelphia 76ers. Ray Fittipaldo, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, after the noon news, days away from the first day of Steelers training camp. He'll join us. And Ted Arnaud is back with his weekly NFL conversation. All today still to come with your Pratt Pack up until 1. But right now it's 9 o'clock. Rob Taylor with your news. KDKA. Good morning.
The preceding program was paid for by Coons Quality Market.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 71 degrees. Pittsburgh International at 9 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. 2 men are dead following a shooting in Clairton. The shooting happened around 6:30 on Saturday evening near the Village Inn Bar on Miller Avenue. Both men were shot multiple times. They died at a local hospital. One of the victims has just been identified as 32-year-old Robert Jones of Clairton. No word on any suspect descriptions. Police do believe the suspects fled the scene in a vehicle. Anyone with information on the shooting is asked to call 833. All tips. Still no arrests after a man was found shot and killed in Stowe Township. This happened around 3 o'clock Saturday morning near Broadway Avenue on Derby Alley. The man who died has yet to be publicly identified. Well, according to Gas Buddy, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is once again over $4. ABC's Dave Packer reports prices are expected to keep rising.
Across the U.S., gas prices rising amid threats of an escalating war with Iran. After nearly 2 weeks of deadly strikes, the U.S. and Iran have paused their daily attacks. This as the Houthis, an Iranian proxy group in Yemen, have opened a new front targeting Saudi oil exports, claiming they hit state-run oil operations in the Saudi kingdom.
KDK Radio News Time, it's 9:02. The AccuWeather forecast is just 2 minutes away.
Summer is better together, and nobody does community like Legends Senior Living. As one of Pennsylvania's largest senior living providers, they invite you to fun summer events across Pittsburgh area communities and experience the vibrant lifestyle that awaits. Meet new friends, learn something new, and explore topics that matter to seniors and their families. Enjoy chef-prepared cuisine, meaningful conversation, and the warm hospitality that makes Legends so special. Visit legends.seniorliving.com/PGH to browse summer events, RSVP, and start filling your social calendar.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
We'll have some more clouds around as we head through tonight, a low of 62. A partly sunny day for tomorrow with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, a high of 81. We can still see a thunderstorm tomorrow night. It will be partly cloudy, low 66. For AccuWeather, I'm Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following is paid for by Dr. Shufo's Weight Loss and Wellness. Information on the program is intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information aired on the following program.
These are the people, the movers and shakers, the businesses, the people you know in your community who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
She is back for another hour of helping you achieve your weight loss goals. But the great thing about Dr. Shufo, who's been doing it for decades, she's withstood the test of time because she's just that good. She'll help you keep it off, too. And you know what? I've said this many times. When is the best time of year to lose weight? Now. Anytime, summer, winter, spring, fall, because when you lose it, you feel better, you handle life better, and more importantly, you look great. So here she is, and she always looks great, in the Metropolitan Window video screen where you can see this show stream live and hear it as well, KDKRadio.com. KDK Watch, welcome back. It's been forever, so good to see you.
It's been forever. I can't believe it. Hi, everybody. Happy July 26th.
Almost over.
Gorgeous morning this morning, isn't it? I mean, I know you've been up since, yesterday, but gorgeous morning. When I was driving in, I thought, this is such a beautiful morning. It's like one of those dream mornings. Anyway, how is everybody? Okay. I got a lot to say today. To say, so get that fourth cup of coffee, sit down, and let's chat. A few of the things that have come to my attention from my clients is a lot of deceptions that's going on, and they think we're stupid. The advertisers, the marketing people, I think they think we're stupid. And so I'm just going to say a few things to help us be much better informed. One of the things, and I knew this was going to happen as well as all the other colleagues of mine, as soon as the USDA came out with the new food pyramid and saying protein, 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 keep remembering what are factories' greatest goal? Money, 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 money. So, we make pasta. That means we better watch that. Because they're saying not to eat as many pastas and starch dishes. Oh, I have an idea. Let's add protein to it. Oh, okay. Oreo cookies. Let's add protein to it. Crackers. Hey, let's call these things protein crackers. And then they think we're dumb, but we're really not. So you go down the aisles in Koons or wherever you shop, and protein crackers. Oh, they have to be good for me. I'm supposed to eat more protein. Let me get them. Then we eat a whole sleeve. We eat a whole box. We eat a whole bag. Protein pasta. Well, that sounds good. Let me eat that. So therefore, then you eat the whole bag of pasta. I'm telling everybody, no, 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 no. Just because it says protein, and it may have a little bit more protein in it, how do I say this? It is protein, but it's not the protein that the body requires. I don't want to call it fake protein, but, you get your protein through, your fishes, your chickens, your turkeys, certain beans. That's how you get protein. You don't want to get it from the factories. So when you go through and see protein crackers, protein pasta, protein cookies, protein candy even, just laugh. and say, you're not getting me. I'm much better informed than that. And keep walking. Keep walking. Go to the aisle where it has the meats, the fish, the beans. Go there and get your real protein. I had a woman come in yesterday, I guess it was, yesterday morning, and she gained 2 pounds. And she's lost 70 pounds already. And I said, what did you do? She started snickering. She said, well, I know you've told me this, but I almost wanted to check it out for myself. She ate a bag of protein pasta. And when you eat a bag of protein pasta, you're going to gain weight as if it didn't have the title protein on it. And then we overdo it because we think it's protein. We forget about the starch element. So I'm not saying pasta is bad. Believe me, I'm not. But it's when we think it's good, so we overdo it, then it becomes not a great thing. So, okay, everybody, protein, protein, protein. When you see the fake proteins, when you see the protein crackers, cookies, anything out there, be aware. Be aware. The next thing is AI. You know, Rob, AI has great things and has some not so great things. And on down the road, we'll find out more and more. But it's all these supplements that I'm watching on air, hearing on the radio, seeing on social media. Please, please know that so many of these are scammers. And if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And it's always for a reduced price because that's how they get us. Oh, it's only $19.99 a month for this supplement, and it will have your hair grow back. It'll have your hearing better. It'll have your memory better. It just works, and it's only $19.99. Please be aware of these supplements that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So many of the ingredients in these supplements they are finding don't exist or they're contaminated. They come from, third world countries, the ingredients, and they're extremely contaminated. Can cause things like salmonella, can cause E. coli. And when that happens, it's a very, very serious illness. And, most live, but some don't. So please, 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 please be aware of that. So again, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So please get your supplements from good, bona fide, great people that know what they're talking about, that have degrees behind their name, that have studied these supplements, rather than all the things you see on social media. Okay. The third thing, let me take a drink because I'm talking. The third thing is, at Dr. Shufo's Health and Wellness, I'm going to introduce new products at the break. But for everybody, sale of the day is buy one, get the second one half off. Buy one, get the second one half off. Buy one, get the second one half off. In all supplements. Today's the day. As Rob was saying, there's no bad time to become healthier. There is no bad time to become healthier. And what we are finding, and you've read this, you've seen this all over the place. You lower your weight. It's not just for appearance. It's not just for appearance. It's for your triglycerides. It's for your cholesterol. It's for your heart. It's for your A1Cs. It's for your diabetes. It's for osteoarthritis. It's for rheumatoid arthritis. It is for hips, knees, back. All of these things improve greatly just with the first 10 to 20 pounds. Then you go further to 40 pounds, 60 pounds. Holy moly. Holy moly. Yes, you will see the way you feel, the way you walk. And then, my greatest thing, I love physical improvements, but my greatest thing is mental and emotional health. I mean, there's a reason that my friend across the the desk here has a suit on now when he had jogging outfits on before the 100 pounds was off.
Yeah,
Would you agree?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And that was, believe it or not, that was years ago. It's hard
And
to
why?
believe.
Because you feel better, don't you?
Absolutely.
More confidence, more self-worth, more self-esteem. And in my opinion, when you've got that great self-esteem, great self-worth, you hold your head up high, and then you got the world by the tail. So let's seriously look at weight loss, not just for appearance. That's the great, great side effect. But it's all these physical, mental, and emotional healthful things that make you become a better person.
Well, remember, 1-800-900-THIN. You can call that number now. Leave your information, 1-800-900-THIN, and she will get back to you. And again, PhD, she can help you with all of those changes that you need to make with behavior and how you perceive food, and how that food will become a part of your life, but it won't overtake your life. She is Dr. Bridget Shufo. 1-800-900-THIN, 1-800-900-THIN, 1-800-900-THIN.
Your source for official traffic information. Hear it on News Radio KDKA.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Sometimes you discover a product that changes your life. Harmony Organic Insect Control. My fear of fleas and ticks is over. Harmony also kills spiders, bed bugs, ants, roaches, stink bugs, lantern flies, and more. Nothing is safer. Nothing works better than Harmony. End the painful scratching that torments your pet. Spray Harmony on your pet's clothing, sofa, curtains, and pillows. Harmony Organic Insect Control also works outside in your garden. Get Harmony. Visit participating True Value hardware stores or online at harmonyoic.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
These are the people who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, 1-800-900-THIN, 1-800-900-THIN. This is what she's got on the table today. Her supplements are the best of the best. And if they weren't, you're not doing it for 40 years and getting great results, okay? But people love it. And if you want to restock, what a great opportunity. First time, absolutely. You buy one supplement, you get the second one half off. Why in the world would you not want to take that up and make an opportunity available for you? 1-800-900-THIN, 1-800-900-THIN. Are you ready to take your shot? Here we begin this second segment to make people understand why you are the best in the business. And speaking of shots, talk about segue. This is pretty exciting stuff, Dr. Shufo.
Okay. You know, I have not talked a lot about the shots, the jabs, you know, the GLPs, as we know them, the Wegovy, the Ozempic, the Mounjaro, the Zepbound. I have not talked a lot about them because I was waiting to see what scientific evidence comes out, which we should do.
Because you're a registered nurse.
Yes. And the PhD behind my name says research.
That's exactly
so when
right.
you research things, you just kind of get in that head and wait and see. Let's wait and see. Well, I've been talking to many physicians. I've been talking to many people in the health field. I've been talking to researchers. And, you know, so many good things are coming out of it. The other day, I was talking to a physician And he said, you see all the people in my waiting room? I said, yeah, what's going on? You giving away things? It's like he had 20 people in his waiting room. He said 16, 17 of those are here to get the shot. Wow. He said, because we're finding such great things with heart disease, with diabetes, with osteoarthritis. He said, we are finding so many good things. And what people don't realize, here's one of the biggest, and one of my family members feels this way. No, I'm not going to take it because, we don't know enough about it. And no. And I said, but you're 100 pounds overweight. That's worse for the body than anything. You're 100 pounds overweight. So I'd like everybody to stop and think about that. The shots are proving to be very, very, very beneficial. And is your 50 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight, 20 pounds overweight better for your health than getting it off and then eating in a better manner and creating a new lifestyle for yourself? So that's what you've got to think about. We look at the 50, 70, 100 pounds on us, even 40 pounds on us, 30 pounds on us. We think, oh, I'm used to this. We're used to it until the stroke happens. We're used to it until the brain aneurysm happens. We're used to it until the cancer happens. So it can happen to me. It can happen to you. It can happen to any of us. So take care of it now and be proactive. Okay. I can get you the shots now, which is wonderful. I can get any of the shots. I can give them to you. I can send them to you, and we can do it virtually. But I got to tell you about the newest, and they're calling it, are you ready? The Godzilla of weight loss. Okay, let me just give a little background about these shots. Wegovy and Ozempic. In the field, we call it the GLP-1, okay? It's considered the GLP-1 because they were the first ones to come out. And they basically target one of the hormone receptors, okay, that help us to lose weight better. We'll get into how that happens in a minute. But GLP, because they target one, the keyword one, of the target receptors. Then we came up with Zepbound and Mounjaro. That's in the field known as the GLP-2. Why? Because they target two of the hormone receptors. Okay? Drum roll, please. Guess what we've coming out with now?
Let me hear it.
GLP-3. They target 3 receptors. It is called retatrutide. Retatrutide, they're labeling it a game changer in the field of obesity. I have some of my people on it. I just started getting it last week or the week before, and they don't have the side effects of the nausea, the vomiting, the diarrhea, the constipation. Probably nausea and constipation from what I've seen in the literature and from what I've seen with people. They don't have these. And they are wonderful. It's called retatrutide. It's an injection. But if somebody's out there saying, I hate shots, can I tell you a secret? I have a friend not in Pittsburgh. Her husband is morbidly obese. His doctor has been telling him, take the shots. Well, she's been giving him the shots when he falls asleep. He doesn't even know he gets them. And he's lost 30 pounds already.
He's probably like, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me.
He doesn't know. But my point is the needle is so tiny. It's so tiny. You don't even feel it. And that's what I hear from all my people. You don't even feel it.
So here's the question. Everybody's asking, okay? I've seen this stuff firsthand. It's a miracle worker. And if you can get rid of these side effects, they're going to be wrapped around the block where you're at. How'd you pull this off?
Well, it's been in the works since 2023. The Ozempic and Wegovy have been being researched since 2019 or 17. 2017.
Okay.
The retatrutide has been in the works since the end of 2022. So it's not like it's the new kid on the block in the medical field. However, it's in the third phase of trials right now. So it's not going to come from Eli Lilly yet. But because it's a clinical trial, I'm a nurse and a PhD, I'm able to do the trials with them.
Wow.
And I've taken one shot myself. I will admit that. I don't want
Which
to
good
lose.
researchers do.
And I don't want to lose any weight, but I wanted to make sure that what I say on air to my people online is true. And zero nausea, zero constipation, zero. And I have several people on it already in my family and in my office, zero. And it works. It's called the Godzilla of weight loss. Listen to what they're saying about it. They're saying retatrutide is the current pinnacle that could change obesity treatment dramatically.
Wow.
Forever. It's a game changer in the field of obesity and can be a major tool to help you get your health back. And like I said, it's an injection that targets 3 chemical sensors and another drum roll, doubles the weight loss of the earlier GLP-1s and GLP-2s, meaning doubles the weight loss of Wegovy, Ozempic, Mounjaro, and Zepbound.
Well, if you're not constipated or sick to the stomach, which can really put you in a very bad way, you're going to have a lot more energy to get moving, and you're going to see results, and you're going to want to help it along even more.
Here's another segue. You brought up one of the major things that this retatrutide does is it increases energy expenditure because of the third ingredient or the third target, which is called glucagon, which neither of the other two shots have, because that's included. It includes energy. And when we have more energy expenditure, what happens to weight? You burn up more calories. When you burn up more calories, you lose weight. So these are the things that we're finding. It increases the thermogenesis, which is the energy. It supports overall calorie burn. In animal studies and in human observation, it appears to help blunt the normal metabolic slowdown that occurs when people lose substantial weight. You know, you'll have somebody lose 30 pounds and then they have the last 10 pounds to get off. And they say, how come that's so slow? This increases that. And then appetite suppression alone, which were the GLP-2s and the GLP-1s, it reduces the intake, but the glucagon, the third ingredient, aids an output effect. So aids in putting all of these things together in the puzzle and just makes it extremely effective and doubles the effect of the other two shots.
So retatrutide?
Reta, R-E-T-A.
Okay.
T-R-U, true.
Reta?
T-I-D-E.
Retatrutide.
Retatrutide. Like I said, it's in the last phase of the clinical trials.
We probably lost half our audience because they're probably dialing 1-800-900-THIN. But when they call today, and what do they say? I want the shot, or they call it by name, or what do they do, Bridge?
Okay, here's my options. And I've changed my options as each day goes along after talking with many, many, many clients and many, many just friends, family in general. I have different options. One, once we talk on the phone, I can talk to you about, make sure you don't have this, but, they're very minimal. I can ship the vial directly to your house. You can administer the shots yourself. Mm-hmm. And after we talk, you'll tell me how much weight you have to lose. I'll pick the dosage that I think would be appropriate for you. I'll call my lab. I'll get it sent to you. 2, you can visit my office each week, and I will give you the shot. I'll monitor your progress with measurements, with weight, weight on the scale, and, give you ongoing support. I will always send my eating plan with you, regardless if you're coming into the office or not. Financially, there's so many prices because of the dosages, but you can but don't buy a shot for $19.99 a month or even $79.99 a month. Please don't, because they're not going to be the right one.
All right, so we're going to go over all this before the hour is up. This is a big ticket item, but what you need to do as we go to break, you need to call right now, 1-800-900-THIN, 1-800-900-THIN. She'll pick up with more on the description and why it works. And also, what about being full faster, too, as far as portion sizes? I'm sure this is like everything else because of what she's talking about. It goes up a notch, kind of peeking over that fence a little bit more to give you a clear view of how you can really achieve your weight loss goals. And she has it. 1-800-900-THIN, 1-800-900-THIN. Dr. Bridget Shufo, your Prat Pack. Back with more in a moment. Stay with us.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand, so shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
It is 71 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 9:30. I'm Rob Taylor. We now know the name of one of the people who were killed in a double shooting in Clairton yesterday. The Allegheny County Medical Examiner identified one of the victims as 32-year-old Robert Jones of Clairton. Jones and another man were shot multiple times outside the Village Inn bar on Miller Avenue Saturday evening around 6:30. No word on any descriptions of any suspects. Police believe the suspects fled the scene in a vehicle. Anyone with information on this double shooting is asked to call the county police tip line at 833 all tips. KDK Radio News Time, it's 9:31. Our next update's at 10. I'm Rob Taylor on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDK.
For a lot of workplaces, the work week doesn't end on Friday. That's why there's EasyCater, the best way to order food from favorite restaurants for your hardworking team, even on weekends. With EasyCater, you'll find great options for any group size and any shift, with tools to help meet dietary needs, stay on budget, and simplify expenses, all backed by our award-winning 24/7 support. EasyCater, your Monday through Sunday workplace food platform. Start an order for your weekend crew at easycater.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It will be clouding up a bit tonight with a low of 62. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, a high of 81. Some sun giving way to clouds Monday with a heavy thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 85. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following is paid for by Dr. Shufo's Weight Loss and Wellness.
These are the people who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All right, clinical trials, but man, what an opportunity for you. Retta Truetide, she's going to explain it all to you. 1-800-900-THIN, 1-800-900-THIN. And here's our special, too, by the way. You buy a supplement, you get the second one half off. That is underway. And you can call while we're on the air and leave your information about the Reddit Truetide. Go ahead, Bridge.
So here's the thing. Okay, listen up. If you need a boost in your weight loss journey, And I don't, I get so many people coming to say, I'm embarrassed to call you. I'm embarrassed to see you. I only have 10 pounds to lose. Then I get the opposite. I'm embarrassed to see you. I'm embarrassed to call you. I have 200 pounds to lose.
Don't be embarrassed.
Remember, everybody, I've been there. I've lost 50 pounds in my day. I know what it's like. I have family members who have been there. I know what it's like. So please don't think you're too little or too big to see me. There is never, ever, and I mean never, judgment in my office. Ever, ever, ever. So please don't feel intimidated. If you need a boost in that weight loss journey, if you need to get those last 20 pounds off, those last 10 pounds off, this retatrutide could do it. If you need more self-control with your eating of specifically starches and sweets, more self-control, because once somebody opens that cookie bag or once somebody gets that dozen of donuts and you can't stop eating them, maybe your partner can stop at one donut, but you can't. And you just go for 5 or 6 at a time, or 5 or 6 as the hours go on. This is what it's for, and it works. If you want to see the weight come off a little faster, this is for you. If you just don't want to be hungry and eliminate that, quote, food noise in your head. And those of you who have food noise know exactly what I mean. It's where you finish your breakfast and you say, okay, what are we going to do for lunch? What am I going to do for a mid-morning snack? What are we having for dinner tonight? It's that constant food noise that gets into you. If you want to eliminate that, hearing people that have had food noise say, it's gone. I haven't felt this way since my early 20s, since before I had children. The food noise is gone, and they start crying. They literally start crying. Then maybe the shots are for you. That's what I'm going to say. Then maybe the shots are for you. The GLP-1, the GLP-2, the GLP-3. All of them are available now within my office. And like I said, you can... Once we talk, we have to have kind of a virtual meeting. I mean, that's just a given when you're giving out anything. And we'll talk, or you come into my office and we'll figure it out. And typically I work Wednesday through Saturday in the Wexford office. But I go in on tomorrow and I will check my phone. We can get appointments made, and, you can come in and get a shot like tomorrow. I mean, right now and then, you can get a shot. You don't have to wait, as long as, we talk and I feel very comfortable with you having the shots. So please, please, please know that.
Listen, only because, I respect you and I've known you for such a long time. I want people to understand the reason that she can and the big box stores and those mega brands can't. She has a nursing degree. She can give you the shot. She has the ability to get this clinical trial product sent to her. It all has to do with her years and years and years of education from Villanova to Duke. So that's what separates you and is what giving you this opportunity.
Absolutely. And, I talked to my lab, and I've got the appropriate credentials that you need to get this. And therefore, I'm able to give it, because I'm not going to just give it to a cat.
All right, so let me ask you, although some cats vaccine could use to lose a few pounds, but that's okay. We humans can too. So let me ask you something. What's your clinical and educated response to someone who has said, and I've seen people do it to people, well, you cheated?
Oh, my gosh. Then I'd say, oh, if you call getting an appropriate medication cheating, yeah, I guess I'm cheating away. I'm the biggest cheater in a lifetime. Okay, Rob, I have cancer. You're my husband.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to say, oh, no, let cancer take its course. You're not going to get cancer meds. I mean, it's the same. We don't realize obesity is not
a disease.
Self-control.
What a
alone.
Wonderful answer. That's basically exactly what I wasn't looking for, but exactly what I needed to hear.
It is. So get that. And guys, listen to me.
Overeating is like alcohol, like drugs, like everything else.
100,000,000%. I've gone to my share of AA meetings, NA meetings. My mom, I brag about her. She was a 44-year-old sober alcoholic. So I have gone to so many anonymous meetings. Overeating is an addiction. And it's no different than alcohol, no different than shopping, no different than drugs, except it is, because you can get it readily. And you're not criticized as if you're falling down drunk or stoned out on drugs.
It's so sad that I know people who've lost a tremendous amount of weight and have absolutely changed their life. But they'll say, hey, I'll tell you how I did it, but don't tell anybody, because I kind of get shamed on when I tell people, and it kind of hurt my feelings. So I just would rather... So they've actually got people who have lost weight, are healthier, look great, but they feel shamed when they have to tell people they took a shot to lose weight.
People are not nice.
Well, because I hate to, I'm going to say it.
The
they're
jelly.
Jealous. That's it.
The jelly, the green-eyed monster, and so many people are jealous. So many people are jealous, and you cheated, like I said.
You know what I'm talking about. You've heard people say.
1,000,000 times. Oh, well, she took the shots. Well, he took the shots. That's why.
Okay, so would you rather be called a cheater or die of a heart attack?
No. I wish we'd die of heart attacks right then and there,
Quick.
Yeah, but what happens when we get the stroke? Now we can't walk. Now we're in a wheelchair. Now we need someone to feed us, or far less.
What?
Now we just are worried every second of every hour of every day is the big one coming that will put me out.
So when I met you and Ron back in the 90s, one of the things that you did, you may not even remember, you were the first to say you cannot exercise away obesity. People who, back in the day, you need to get into the gym. If I got into the gym when I was heavy the way I was and I had to do that to lose the weight, you'd have never seen me because I'd have been in there 8 hours a day. Listen, you can put an hour in on a treadmill and drink 2 glasses of water and have a celery stick and put half the weight back on. You cannot exercise the weight away. And if this is the way to do it, and it's been proven to be safe, and people live longer and happier and healthy, no inflammation, no artery disease, no organs failing, so be it.
And what if your cholesterol meds, your triglyceride meds, your high blood pressure meds, your heart meds, because you have had AFib forever and ablations, up the yin-yang. What if all those meds can either be totally eliminated or totally decreased? What if?
Absolutely.
So now you're going to say, I won't take this, but I'll take these 50 other pills. Oh, and by the way, many of the side effects are, the final one is, can kill you.
And listen, I know the pricing aspect, but she wants to keep that private because it's not all one size fits all. But let me tell you right now, you have any major surgery and you have a copay, I don't care what kind of health insurance you have, you're a whole lot better off than them cracking your chest and spending thousands of dollars than simply by going to her office or getting it shipped in the mail and getting this shot and getting rid of the weight.
I have a dear friend that's in the hospital right now with a very complicated illness. And guess what? She's 100+ pounds overweight.
If you need a hip replacement, I know orthopedic surgeons, they're not going to remove the hip.
Won't.
They're going to tell you, lose 150 pounds and then get back to me.
My dear friend, Sandy, that's all I'll call her, she had a knee replacement on Friday. And her doctor wouldn't do it till she lost 50 pounds. Well, guess what? She lost 50 pounds with me and had the surgery and was home that night. So, it's true. We aren't looking at obesity. We're looking at obesity from the past. And what obesity in the past says, you eat too much. How many doctors have we went to in the past? And, I agreed with them in the past. Push yourself away from the table or cut out your bread and you'll be fine. No. We know now obesity is such a complicated issue. And therefore, when it's a complicated issue, it requires far more than that. And I'm not going to say it's not our fault because, if we push ourselves away from the table, if we eat smaller portions. But no, we've got the psychological, the mental, and the physical aspects of that which are complicated and which are complex. When we've got all that going against us or for us, we can make miracles happen. And you can truly have the body you want. Don't think I'm afraid of failing. Don't think I could never do that. With the appropriate help, yes, you can, and think. I don't care if you're 70, 80 years old. You know, you could have the dream body that you'd like. You can fit into the clothes that you want, but most important, your self-confidence, your cholesterol meds, your high blood pressure meds, sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a biggie that's going away. Some of the drug I have a very good friend. He works for a drug company that he quit. And he works for something else because you saw the handwriting on the wall. They have the apparatus for the sleep apnea, which you put under your skin.
Right.
But they're seeing sales dramatically decrease. Why? Because people are losing weight on the shots.
You know, the other thing that's happening, retailers and clothing companies are not making as many 3X and 4X and 5X shirts and all sorts of things when it comes to people that have dealt with obesity their whole life. And can I tell you something? That's wonderful. Because they're still going to have to buy a shirt, but they're not going to have to buy one that's got 4XL next to it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, with any good thing comes some negatives. So the factory people are saying, oh, I could use more fabric with this and charge more.
But you can still wear a shirt. But I got to tell you, just being able to wear a shirt that says large, Bridget, that alone makes you want to get up and do something with your life.
When you can go into a regular store, this is what I hear all the time. I can go into a regular store and I can go into a regular department and not go into the plus sizes. Do you know what a good feeling that is? And it is a great feeling.
A friend of mine that I look at like family, could be my daughter, is losing weight right now. She looks fantastic. I'm so proud of her. I love seeing people that I know and love lose weight, because they have so much to offer, so intelligent, so outgoing, but you can see the smile coming back on their face. I have another friend who's just lost 50 pounds. He's happy now. He returns phone calls. Hey, what are you doing today? That wasn't happening, Bridget.
I know.
So get this shot. Reddit True Tide. Make the call, 1-800-900-THIN. One more segment. I'm telling you, if you know somebody who needs it, please tell them about it. Dr. Bridget Shufo, 1-800-900-THIN.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Your line just went down. Production stopped. A supervisor wants answers. And someone's digging through a binder for the maintenance history. Every one of those minutes costs money, and most of the time, that breakdown could have been prevented. That's where Maintain X comes in. Maintain X catches the failure before it happens. Preventive maintenance plans on every key asset to improve reliability. Work orders assigned and tracked right from your phone. Everyone from the floor to the front office is in the loop. Real-time dashboards give managers instant visibility into what's been completed, what's overdue, and where the bottlenecks are. No more guesswork. Just a smarter, faster maintenance operation. Companies on Maintain X have cut unplanned downtime by over 30% and saved thousands on parts and labor every year. See what it can do for your operation. Try Maintain X free at maintainx.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water?
I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
These are the people who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, final segment with Dr. Shufo. She'll be back August 23rd with us, but imagine if you get that Red and True Tide, what you will be looking and feeling like by the time she returns. So don't put it off. 1-800-900-THIN, 1-800-900-THIN. And today, our special, you buy one supplement, you get the second one half off. Dr. Shufo, the final few minutes.
Well, what I wanted to say is if you go to my website, all right, got a pen, paper, or just remember this? It's very easy to remember. DBCweightloss.com. Why DBC? Dr. Bridget Shufo. How do you spell my name? Everybody, it's a crazy name. I love it, but it's a crazy name. Shufo is spelled C-H, then unidentified flying object. C-H-U-F-O. C-H-U-F-O. So my website is DBC, Dr. Bridget Shufo, because believe it or not, I have to have this because somebody stole my name. So I can't even say Dr. Shufo. But it's dbcweightloss.com. dbcweightloss.com. If you go to my website, you will see how many clinical trials or how many clinical publications are out there from the New England Journal of Medicine, from the Lancet, from the public medical issues. All of these things are showing all the great results of all of these drugs that I'm talking about. And hey, if you're concerned about, something being the last phase of the clinical trials and say, no, I want to get something that absolutely has been around, I have the Wegovy, Ozempic, Zepbound, and Mounjaro. I have them all. And if you say, no, shots are not for me, then I've got the supplements that'll help you lose weight. A big question I've received over 40-some years is, can I do the supplements without your help? Absolutely. Absolutely. Does accountability work? 1,000%? Yes. But, there's many ways to make a salad, as my dear friend, Dr. Mary, said to me ages ago. There's many ways to make a salad. So, therefore, I have many, many solutions in my big basket of tricks. Remember, guys, I've been doing this 46 plus years. In November, it'll be 47. And yeah, wow. And I mean, that's when I just got into it as a little nurse taking blood pressures and weights. And then I went to NYU, New York University, for my doctorate. And that's when I switched over. I was going to be a grief counselor.
How many years did you go to school after high school?
4 years at Villanova.
Oh.
Where I got my bachelor's in nursing. 2 years at Duquesne, where I got my master's in nursing. Then I taught nursing at Duquesne. Then I went to New York University for 6 years to get my doctorate. And then after my doctorate, I did postdoctoral work at Duke University. I guess I like school.
Yeah, you do. And I think that's why all of this is so intriguing to you. You love doing research.
Well, I love finding solutions.
Is this a game changer?
Total game changer in the field of obesity. Total game changer. And that's the wonderful, wonderful thing. It is a game changer. And here, I've said this. You've heard me say this, everybody. I love the physical aspects. I love people not taking insulin anymore. I love people's A1C going down. I love no cholesterol meds. I woke up this morning. I couldn't wait to get out there and walk with 120 pounds off of me. I couldn't do that before. Mm-hmm. I love when a surgeon comes into the room and says, oh, you're in great shape. You're in great health. This gallbladder surgery will be easy peasy. I love all that. Obesity, extra weight loss. You don't even, and I'm talking obesity by the BMI scale. And I know that's very rigid. But still, what the BMI has tested all along is health conditions. Mm-hmm. That's why those numbers are what they are. So when you have 20 pounds off to 200 pounds off, it absolutely affects your physical health. And I can't emphasize that more. We are finding more and more that just losing 10 pounds, just losing 20 pounds helps your physical, mental, emotional health all the time. And to go into your closet as the side effect and fit into any clothing that you have without saying, ugh, can I possibly wear this or do I look like a stuffed sausage? We've all been there. So it works. It works. It works, everybody. So keep remembering all the options that I have. I have a program with eating, a program with eating supplements and accountability. I have supplements alone, which absolutely help the body to trim down, give energy, reduce inflammation, better sleep. A client called, this is off the top of my head, I introduced a new product called Age Well. Last time I was on, she called, said, if you want me to come on air and talk about my sleep, she said, I haven't slept in years throughout the night. This Age Well absolutely helps my sleep. So all of a sudden, it's like in my office, it's been, a plethora of so many things that are fabulous happening, and I'm seeing the results firsthand. Everybody, I just want to help you. I want to help the depression, the anxiety, all of that comes with weight gain and excess weight. Please, I never say this. You never hear me say, please call me. But I am saying it today because, like I said, the wonderful things that I have seen happen in the past month and the past few weeks are just amazing. And I get so excited. There's been so many happy tears in my office in the past couple of weeks because of all the wonderful changes. Want to tell you one last story before we go off the air. One of my favorite clients, and so many are my favorites, but she has been with me for 4 years. She's lost a matter of 50, 60 pounds over time, has gained a little back, has stayed with me. She's gone through a lot of stuff in her life, a lot. Anyway, she started on the shot, the retatrutide, a week ago. She'll have her second weigh-in this week. She's gone through 2 shots, but when she went through the first shot, she's been able to lose a pound and a half, and it's discouraging, when you have 50 more pounds to lose. You're not going to believe this, Rob. Guess how much she lost the first week after the retatrutide? In a healthy manner. By the way, you're eating. I insist that you eat. You just eat in a healthy manner.
Quickly, 30 seconds. How much?
7 pounds in 1 week. Eating, but eating correctly. She said, you could put a banana split in front of me, which I love, but I'd say, oh, it looks great, but I don't feel like it anymore.
Listen, just to have control again of your health. Your
yes.
Life. 1-800-900-THIN. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Great show today. Lots of information. Good to see you, Dr. Shufel.
Great to be here, everybody.
1-800-900-THIN.
The proceeding was paid for by Dr. Shufo's Weight Loss and Wellness. Information on the program was intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information heard on the preceding program.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
University of Pittsburgh head football coach Pat Narduzzi have to ask you about Mr. Beast. This guy is worth $2.6 billion on paper. He decides to visit. What was that all about?
I'm still waiting for that check from him.
Okay.
I haven't got the check yet.
Mr. Beast, send the check to University of Pittsburgh football.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
In Pittsburgh, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Pittsburgh. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Here he comes! Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction! And the drilling is only during business hours! It's so loud!
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor, it's plaster from your ceiling!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
You might not see the people's pipelines that deliver you safe, reliable natural gas every day because they are out of sight, hiding beneath your feet. But what's out of your sight is not out of our minds. We move through busy city streets to upgrade the infrastructure that served our region for decades, using state-of-the-art materials that reduce emissions to power homes and businesses with essential energy for generations to come. That's people's commitment to making your life better.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 72 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 10 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. Pittsburgh police are searching for a missing 13-year-old boy, Akir Thompson, last seen early Saturday morning around 3:30 in the 2200 block of Wilner Drive at East Hills. He's known to frequent Wilkinsburg, Homewood, and Larmer, specifically Liberty Green Park. He's 5'2", about 90 pounds, and current hairstyle a small afro. Last seen wearing a black shirt, navy sweatpants, and a gray hat. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call Pittsburgh police. 2 men are dead following a shooting in Clairton. That shooting happened around 6:30 Saturday evening on Miller Avenue near the Village Inn bar. Both men were shot multiple times. They died at a local hospital. One of the victims has been publicly identified as 32-year-old Robert Jones of Clairton. No word on any suspect descriptions, but police believe the suspect or suspects fled the scene in a vehicle. Anyone with information on the shooting is asked to call the county police tip line at 833 all tips. Well, renewed fears of a wider war in the Middle East, even as the U.S. and Iran paused their overnight strikes. The latest from ABC's Matt Rivers in Jordan.
After 2 weeks of trading lethal strikes back and forth overnight, U.S. and Iranian weapons were quiet. But tensions remain high in the region. U.S. Central Command saying it boarded a ship Sunday in the Arabian Sea on suspicion of violating the U.S. blockade of